Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Throwback Thursday. This is the Star Wars CCG. We're doing a series called Our Journey Through the Star Wars CCG. Started last week. If you weren't here for that, that's totally fine. I think this is a great video to jump in on. Last week, we basically opened a box of the first set called Premiere, unboxed it, sorted the cards by light and dark, then built decks, knowing really not that much about what we were doing. Played a game, and then that was that stream. So today, we're going to be looking at our decks from last week, making some tweaks, going back through all the cards that we opened, playing a game. So that's why it's a good place to start, because we're going to dive into playing pretty quickly. We'll kind of give the first turn or two a breakdown of what's working and how it functions and whatnot. And then after we finish the game, the plan currently is to open a box of the second set called The New Hope, and then we will see how much time we have, but we'll go through a lot of cards and then probably come back next week to actually play a game using some of those cards.
I feel like I understand this game so much better than I did
last week.
Yeah, it's out of control.
Yeah, so it's just kind of that rough first play where you just have to get through it enough to understand what's going on. I went home that night actually and went through all of the dark side cards and just made a pile of things that I had a greater appreciation for.
Yeah.
After playing last week, because I played a decent amount of Star Wars CCG back in the day, but it was after everything was out. So there's a ton of these cards that I didn't really appreciate the value of because I always just gloss over them because there's other more synergistic cards to pair with stuff later. But we're kind of playing a sealed, limited style format, so you kind of have to make do with other kinds of tools.
I'll tell you what, one thing that I definitely appreciate more is that force number in the top right, or whatever that destiny number. It's like at a certain point, I'm just like, give me the biggest numbers there. When you start to look at these like Corellian Corvettes and X-Wings at 2, and like that's lurking in your deck. So for you to really want to go to space with this kind of a setup, it's like you're really diluting your chances of doing well in other areas.
Sure.
So is that ultimately worth it? You know, those kinds of questions now are actually answerable because I feel like I have a better understanding of what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I think we also, both of us, because the first set, Premiere, is mostly set on Tatooine. There's some other locations we have. You have them for Kessel. I have some Death Star locations, but no Death Star itself. And so, because we both kind of agreed to play on Tatooine, that also changes things too.
Yeah.
So the nature of it is, there's not that much of planets to have space fight that. A lot of the fighting is going to happen on the ground in Tatooine.
Yep.
So the cards that you want to bring to that kind of a scrum is different than generically just playing cards to do anything.
That's right. Now you've made some changes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you you want to look? Let's see this beautiful spread of cards on the table. So what have you changed here? What are you into?
I made a handful of changes. First, there were some cards in my deck like Light Repeating Blaster Rifle, and this card is fine, but it can actually only target droids and fusion generators. I didn't know that was the case. It looks really cool. I like the bokeh like Stormtrooper art on this Light Repeating Blaster Rifle, but it really isn't super useful. I also had Assault Rifle that wasn't in the deck, and this is just amazing. At 3 cost, you can fire at a battle either at the site you're at or at an adjacent site, so a character can shoot from downtown. You draw pay 2 force, draw Destiny. If Destiny +1 is greater than whoever you're shooting's ability, they're hit,
which is very likely. I mean, that's almost 100% likely.
Card +1 is high odds because most of the abilities of our characters here are 1s and 2s.
Even Han's a 3. I mean, that's nothing.
3 is big. And eventually, when we open them in booster boxes, crossing my fingers, you'll start understanding why I think Vader has a natural 4 or 5, which 1 means he's immune to cards like that most of the time. And 2, at 4 is when you get to draw a Destiny during a battle. So 4 is kind of the key number when it comes to a character's ability.
Man, 4 ability is everything in the game. It's not just better than 4 power because it doesn't require characters to be there, but it also means you're guaranteed to at least get something out of that battle. So like ability is the name of the game.
Yeah,
here
totally.
For me.
I also replaced a couple. I had an Imperial Blaster and Blaster Rifle in the deck, and those are fine. I still actually have 1 copy of each, but I upgraded 2 of those into Stormtrooper backpacks, which is hilarious for 2 reasons. 1, Stormtrooper backpacks, you'll see there's 5 in the top right. That's 5 Destiny. As you were saying,
There's
that's important. But 2, you can actually deploy it onto a trooper. And while they're at a planet site, so like any of the locations that you have in your deck, they're immune to attrition less than 3.
Mm-hmm.
So my real goal with the deck, in one way, is to have 2 or 3 stormtroopers, of which I have 6 in the deck, that go together as like a squad. And if they all have backpacks on, they're all immune to attrition.
Wow.
So they can go fight with weapons and not really be subject to most of the weird little penalties you get from fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
That's
kind of
cool, little stormtrooper squad.
kind of the idea. Then besides that,
Keep talking.
you're good. I had a bunch of locations in that didn't really matter. I kept flipping zeros on my destiny, and I got tired of doing that. Zach McGaw saying, you guys in your backpack. So in Arkham Horror, a game we play frequently on the stream, there's a card called Backpack that most of the community doesn't think is that great, and we've been in love with since the very beginning. David Vedral saying reactor terminal to cycle the backpacks. I don't think it's worth it, but I'll grab a reactor terminal just to make sure I don't agree with you. What color is that card? Is it red?
Are you adding more stuff?
David Vedral asked me if I'm running a certain card.
I think I'm adding electro binoculars.
Something about a reactor terminal. Trying to find it. No, there it is, red. Use a force to deploy on your side of the table. During your control phase, you can return any cards from your hand to the top of your... Oh, yeah, I definitely need that. That's the same as the... There's a lot of cards that we share that do the same thing. They're named something different, but they kind of achieve the same goal.
I noticed, like, don't underestimate our chances can also double you overestimate their chances.
Yeah, which I obviously have. That was one of my favorite
cool.
things early on when I was playing with Will back in the day. I would run, like... At first, I was running 3, you overestimate their chances.
Mm-hmm.
And to counter me, eventually he started throwing some of those in. Mm-hmm. So I'd play this, and then he would play it, and then boost the fight, and then it would just go crazy.
Yeah.
So I made those changes, and then I also went through, again, getting rid of some of the locations. I got rid of all the Death Star locations, so the Death Star Trooper is a character that's not even playable in my deck anymore, so that went away as well. And then the main thing is the addition of some of the red cards. I went through these red cards, and some of these are really good. Imperial Barrier, I think, being a fundamental. It's a 4 destiny, which is great. You can also interrupt when your opponent plays a character or starship. You can pay a force, and they can't move or battle with that this turn.
Mm-hmm.
So, like...
Wait, I have one of those. What's yours
Rebel
called?
Barrier.
Yep.
Here's Rebel Barrier.
Right.
So we saw it last time. It was really powerful. You kind of cornered one of my characters, and I didn't move them because I was otherwise ignorant. And you were able to win the game off of that play. Mm-hmm. And so the ability for me to know that you can't just save 10 force, drop a bunch of stuff, go in a big fight, because I think that's going to be something we learn how to do.
Yeah, the barriers do seem to be a critical part of the early development of the game.
Having one in your hand is such a good insurance policy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like at some point, seeing what you did, like one way to win a lot, if you have a character at a location, which is that's a concern at this point for me. Like if you spread out and you have 1-1-1-1-1.
That seems to be my Tatooine strategy here. Is just speed her around and make sure that I have them all occupied. You know.
Yeah. Well, if you can react away or 2 battles,
yeah,
that's really strong. Because if not, let's say you activate 8 force. So that's the resources you can spend that turn. Then you just pass and save them. Next round you have 16. The amount of characters you can put into a location with that much money or that much force.
I like that idea.
And then, because you can replicate that scenario where I have even 2 or 3 things, but you have 8, you could win a battle by like 10, 15 really easily.
Yeah, and just pile everything in.
Not good. I also have Tequila. Lost Interrupted. Both players just drew Battle Destiny. I can use the force to switch the numbers. So if we're fighting, we both get to draw Battle Destiny.
I don't like that at all.
I draw a 0, you draw a 6, I can flip them. I also have Collateral Damage. This is what you were reading earlier. It's a flip. An accident occurs at the beginning of a battle at any site where opponent has at least 2 characters and a weapon. Draw Destiny. If Destiny is less than the number of characters at that site, 1 is lost. You were saying that earlier, but this kind of goes...
That's similar to the accident that I've got, right? It's the same card, isn't it? A friendly fire.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's
we
just
both were immediately driven to the same kind of cards.
Yeah, and then the thing about that is like, basically if you pile your characters up, I have a way to penalize you.
Yeah.
If you spread them out, I can do the typical, like, have a bunch of resources, dump a bunch of people in one location, and then, like, go crazy on you.
Don't go crazy.
Then I also have Counter Assault, which is use a force to cancel a force drain at one location. Then draw 1 destiny for every character, starship, and vehicle the opponent has present. Compare my total destiny to the opponent's power total. Player with the lowest total loses force equal to the difference. So, to recap, you have 5 characters of the location. You force drain me.
Mm-hmm.
I pay 1 and cancel it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, for every character you have, I draw a destiny. My total destiny compared to your total power is kind of like a mini fight. Whoever has less has to lose that much force.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That seems real good. That seems really good, actually. Kind of scary good. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go further into like blasters and rebels or completely away from them. Because I'm a sucker for rebel troopers. I like a good vanilla.
Vanilla bean.
Yeah.
Everyone
sometimes I have a little vanilla bean.
Everyone on chat telling me to put in dark maneuvers, and I think the reason is it's a 6 destiny, strictly. It adds power and maneuver and stuff to starfighters. Steven is not going to be fighting me in space.
Oh yeah?
It's not going to happen. Let's be honest. So it's on my short list.
I don't know, man. I might go a little heavier into space. These are the beautiful decisions we get to make.
You betcha. That's your stack. I definitely want to get reactor terminal in. I feel like having one of those is fine. If you see it, you play it, it's great. If you don't, well, sorry.
I think, so the problem, it really depends on how weird I want to be. And I want to be pretty weird. But the thing is, I'm looking at these rebel troopers.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, I like rebel troopers. Right here. They deploy for 1, but they deploy for free to the same side as one of your rebels' ability greater than 2. Now, my rebel pilot's ability 2, my pops' ability 2. So I've got a bunch of ability 2 rebels that can double duty, be 0 power in the battles on land, but then if you do pack, literally, what is this?
My question
6,
is,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rebel troopers.
Does the 2 count as greater than 2?
Deploying for free. Does it say greater? Oh, it doesn't. Right, of course.
So
So that cuts that out.
Han is your option there.
He's not even a rebel.
Yeah, he is.
Where'd she say?
It's the little rebel logo up top.
Oh, I thought it had to be in like the bold text.
Oh no, it's just that logo means rebel.
Okay.
This one means
cool.
Imperial.
Cool,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So Han is your.
Well, I can't rely on just grabbing a 1 of Han out of my deck.
I have a similar. Let me find it really quick.
But they can all take blasters, which is really nice.
Yeah, they're warriors. I think rebel troopers. It's just like my stormtrooper.
Yeah.
It's a 1/2 that deploys for free with an Imperial greater than 2. I have 1 Imperial greater than 2, and I have no way to search for it.
Right. So you just put them in.
Oh, Owen also count.
Oh, right. Owen is a rebel. Let's see. We also got these rebel guards, of course, which are nice. Beru Lars is a good one. Then we got all these weird aliens.
I'm gonna take 1 to keel out.
Owen Lars does count.
For reactor.
And I'm gonna look at what.
Take 1 collateral damage out. For dark maneuvers.
Look at my.
How much do I get
actual
2 in?
spread. We got Tals. We got Wolfman. We got Kave. We got Jawas. Now Jawas are weird. We know they're weird.
They are weird. David Vedral saying the Wolfmen are probably better because they're power 2, but do what you love.
Yeah. Well, why not both?
I just love the towels for attrition. What is it called? What's the black stack called?
Force, power, reserve, destiny, attrition, the value that pays for attrition.
Yep.
Death stat. Hey, what do these numbers, these little dots mean?
That's the number of those that you can have in play. I think.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of my redundancy here. I do have 2 Owen Lars in here, which makes those rebels better.
Yeah. People saying the rebel guard's a trap.
The ostrich. Yeah, I feel that. Okay, so I'm opening
Forfeit value.
Forfeit, that's right.
Oof.
Opening up 2 slots. Let's get these rebel guards out of here. Don't need them. And then I've got my full alien spread. Now I'm considering, yes, I'm gonna cut these Jawas. I feel like there's a Jawa deck, that you could really go for.
I think we might eventually get there. I feel the same way about my Tuscans.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it almost is interesting, but I need more. And I think in one of the next sets, there's like named Jawas and Tuscans.
Yeah.
And like more events and stuff that.
So we're throwing the troopers in, all of them, and then we're adding. We're not only are we not cutting blasters, we're adding more, baby.
Get in here.
We're gonna have a Rebels on Tatooine. Gonna have a big moment here.
I mean, it's so thematic though, right? Like, we're basically. I have my Imperial Stormtrooper squad coming down to Tatooine, and your rebels are holed up trying to hide among the aliens. And there's going to be a shootout.
I'm going to put in some electro binoculars because those things are great. I'm a man of certainty.
Helps you see at night.
I like certainty. I've got C-3PO in here. That's of course great. Now I noticed. Here's something that I did notice. So the droid sets. All the different droid cards have way higher destiny values.
It's because they have 0 ability.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have other things in your deck as well.
Okay.
To be able to trigger that.
That makes sense.
But yeah, like I have the restraining bolts and some Jawa card that lets me take control of a droid, and both of those have 6 destiny.
Beautiful.
Steven Skilton saying that Jabba's Palace, the set, added a ton of support for Jawas and Tuscans.
Yeah.
Well, one day, many streams down the road, we might arrive at the palace.
Now, okay, so this is the hydroponic station. If a vaporator is on the table, so it says the first card when activating the force may be drawn directly into your hand. So
you normally don't get a draw till the end of turn.
Right. So you're getting cards now rather than later.
You're
But it also is minus resources, right? Because you can't then spend those force.
Yeah. But is it a May?
Yeah, it's a May.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
I'm going to do a little moisture farming.
All right. I mean, you got Owen Lars.
Yeah.
You may as well. I've said forever that this is a game where you can literally moisture farm. Although that might make me put my gun back in that can target the vaporator.
It's just an endless game we're playing here.
I mean, I think, especially obviously in a tournament setting, it's a little different. But when you know who you're playing against and what they're running, there's actually kind of a fun thematic element of like, you were asking me earlier if I was playing weapons to see if this card, Friendly Fire, would even work. And it's like telling you, yes, I am going to be running weapons.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to have dead cards.
That's right.
That's not necessarily fun for anybody. So you can see how this could quickly get degenerate in a tournament setting.
Yeah,
because
of course.
Like, if you're playing on Tatooine and I'm playing on Dagobah, we may never even see each other.
Now the question is how far in do you want to go on Tatooine and moisture farming? That's really what you've got to ask yourself. Because you could go old Ben here and keep saving your folks. Ooh. Okay. Activate the image for the vehicle droid is lost. Wow. And it's a 6. I mean, sometimes you see those big numbers, man.
There's a couple cards in my deck that are only there to be a 6. That is why they made the grade, so to speak. Oldrick asking, quick question, will you guys be showcasing the X-Files, CCG, or Anime Mayhem in the near future? Both games are fun. They are both on the list, but currently not in. Like I don't have them on hand for us to do. David asking if I'm playing Ellis Hellrot, and I'm not currently, but I have it in my short stack because once we open more sets, I feel like Steve and I are not necessarily going to just both be playing Tatooine. I think it gets a lot better because the card itself reads, any or all of your characters at one site may attempt to hire transport to any other site. Draw destiny to determine his asking price. Accept transport by using that much force. Decline, and Elias leaves. So you flip destiny, like if I flip this card, it's a 1. I pay 1 and all my characters at a site could move to any other site on the table.
Yep.
which can be very powerful. I feel like that's way more important when we're not fighting over one planet.
Okay, I feel good on the characters and good on the items. I'm gonna review my the red cards. What do you call those red cards?
Ooh, hot info here. Dysphoria says, I love how this started as a tweak session. Now Steven's pulling his troops and putting in farmers.
That's right.
Hot intel. I might have to put some Elias in. So, Ellis, I think it's Ellis, is a used interrupt. So you can actually play this to move in the middle of a turn and or during a battle.
Now, how do the reacts and interrupts? Do we know the timing on those yet?
So unless it specifies, you can play an interrupt to interrupt anything happening.
Okay. And when I have that like react move to a battle when a battle was declared, that kind of stuff.
So it says when. So like when a battle is initiated, that's when those reacts trigger.
Okay. Permanent pilot, yeah.
David saying Nabran leads. Do you have a Nabran leads? Is that in your side?
I don't think I do. Okay.
Look at mine.
Go here. Now we've got 2 extra slots that we've opened up. So here's what I've got. I've got these rebel barriers. Han's back is good. I've got a bad feeling about this. I should cut because it just always did not work for me, even though it's phenomenal. You know, you got to play the cards that you play.
This is true. I can't disagree.
Traffic control. I'm cutting it. I know it. I know it's fine. It's not very fun though. Okay. And then I think
Spike says, I told my supervisor I'm in training right now, which I am from a certain point of view. What up, Night of the Stars?
Okay. I'm going to cut these. I'm going to do 2. I've got a bad feeling about this because it's just left a bad taste in my mouth.
So what happens if I Ellis out of a battle completely? Does the battle resolve and Steven win by a lot, or does it like fizzle kind of a situation?
Okay, I kind of like that. You know, this Bith's Shuffle is tempting just for the 5.
The shuffle the deck thing?
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame you.
I'm putting in 1 Charm in the Force because I just want to mess with you.
The name of this tale is Tals in Space.
What's the armor on a Imperial Star Destroyer? 6?
Yeah. Why are you asking?
It's not. No wonder they had no chance against the Death Star. I mean, that's an impossible draw. Okay. How about Panic? I feel like Panic's importantly good. I'm just gonna scatter like some of the red cards in here. Just see.
Yep. We have a long journey ahead of us, so we may as well explore these cards while we're here.
Sport. You can do a couple of old bins.
I'm old Ben.
I've got a case of the old bins.
I love that Carillion Corvette look.
Yeah.
This past weekend I built shelves for my office at home, and I pulled out stuff from storage that I hadn't looked at in a long time, and I have that Carillion Corvette from X-Wing. And it's like, this is a great job.
Just good stuff.
Russell saying this game seems so ridiculous and enticing at the same time. You know, that is one of the best descriptors for this game.
Yep. It gets in you. I still don't know why. It has no business working. If I looked at this on paper, I would say this is just not even close to possible.
Yeah. It somehow works. I think it's because the goal of the design from the beginning was to tell a Star Wars story. And
Nailed it.
It didn't let anything get in the way of that. No matter how complicated or obnoxious or crazy.
It always stuck to that.
It was like, how would a Jawa behave? It doesn't have to be good. It just has to be like a Jawa would behave, and the players will take care of the rest.
Oh, yeah. See, I've got the same thing that you do. Okay. I've got that surprise assault. So we can do the same thing if desired.
Stephen Skilton saying, technically, Nabrin, Leeds, and Ellis received an errata later by Decipher so that they would not work during battle.
Cool.
I'm still okay with that.
Okay. Let's just go there. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. That's kind of the great joy of this game, is that it's so exciting just to see what happens.
Just to stack it up and go.
Like there's almost no way to predict how it's gonna play out. I mean, I have no idea. I don't even really know what I'm trying to do.
Well, and I feel like
I have a loose idea of like, this is kind of how the story is supposed to go for me.
The tale of the game will be different based on the characters and locations and events that we draw.
Yeah, definitely. So in a big way, not in like a...
Like last time we had the little cantina off.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, that might not even be a thing this game.
I could definitely see us not even visiting the cantina this time. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna cut one Ellis because he doesn't work during battle. Go back to my backpack. Someone noted when you left earlier for a minute, I think it was Zach McGaw saying, you guys and your obsession with backpacks.
Yeah, right.
If there's a backpack in the game, I'm on it.
Well, we do enjoy it, of course, in Arkham, but also backpacking in general I'm very into. And we do have this sponsorship from...
There it is. Someone earlier said they're here for the sponsorship. And they guess they'll stick around for Star Wars CCG.
I've got a limited edition.
LE?
Maybe you guys haven't seen this one yet. It's 48 ounce. Nalgene made in the USA. Food grade HDPE.
Oh, look, we got the top down.
Hard
Look
plastic.
At this thing. It's the size of a whole galaxy in Star Wars CCG.
You could even measure, I mean, it gives you ounces and milliliters, so you can use it in Europe or America, if you'd like. Measure anything you'd like in there. I would not put super hot liquids in it, but otherwise, you're free to...
super hot.
Fulfill all your measuring needs. Nalgene, drink water, drink life.
You ready to go back to Tatooine?
Let's go.
All right, so you'll pick a starting location and put it face down, and the rest will shuffle into your deck.
Okay. And I was starting last time in Mos Eisley, I think.
Was it not the cantina?
It was the cantina. That's the aliens are +1. No, this is a 2-1. Let's start in Mos Eisley.
Okay.
I'll take a 2-1 over a 2-2.
So I'm starting at the Lars Moisture Farm.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't mind that.
So the reason is it's blank for you, the dark side version.
Mm-hmm.
And it says add 1 to each of your weapon destiny draws here. If you control the Force, your Force drain is +1 here.
Okay. So you've already taken the moisture farm. You've attacked the moisture farm, just like the start of the New Hope.
Burnt Owen and Peru. So it only generates 1 resource, but it counts as a 2 on this side. So my Force drain potential is very high here. Let's break it down. Dark side always goes first, unless you're playing the objective that says dark side does not go first, which does exist. We draw 8.
I got to give a good shuffle here because that was pretty.
And once you get there, I'll walk it down. So anyone that's new, this will be a great, quick overview, and then we'll get into all the nuance and insanity as we dive in.
And here's the thing, as far as I can tell.
What's the thing?
Here's kind of the basic gist of things.
Essentially, what's going on?
Essentially, what you're trying to do, the first like win condition. You're trying to control as many locations as you can where your opponent does not have anything. And that's going to slowly drain them of cards. And if you drain them of all their cards, they lose.
That's the win condition, drain them of all their cards.
But then there's an opportunity to drain them of a large amount of cards all at once. And that's through battling. And so battling is basically the way that you might lose them 10 cards or 5 cards or heaven forbid 20 cards. And the degree to which you win the battle by is going to tell you how many cards they're going to lose, basically. So as you're trying to spread out and kind of control these various locations, naturally your opponent's going to try to prevent that. And naturally that's going to put forces in the same place. And then if you don't move, then naturally a battle is going to occur. And then if you win, they're going to lose more cards. If they win, you're going to lose more cards. And then you got to move your forces around and try to spread out. So you can do stuff where, you know, maybe you're a slower deck that has a lot of force and a lot of power, that you kind of slowly take over locations and win battles. Or you could play a much faster style deck. You put out a ton of different locations. You move around and make sure that you can just stay mobile. And then you're constantly controlling just so many locations that your opponent can't overcome the disadvantage simply by battling you.
Yeah. And you can imagine, knowing what you know now about the game, the kind of decks that I preferred versus Will preferred in the olden days.
Oh, sure.
I was trying to win the game with a single battle.
Yeah.
I think I had like 4 or 5, you overestimate their chances. I wanted to pin, like you did last time to me, something small in a battle.
Yeah.
And have him have no way out, and then like quadruple the penalty of it.
Just dogpile it, yeah.
Because you can double it, and then you can play another one to double it again.
Yeah.
And it's like, all of a sudden you're taking 30 damage. When he would lose, he was so unhappy. That's not how you're supposed to play. My fleet comes in and just bombards him.
And yet, here we are. It's just doing what the cards say. 8. Oh, and I'll put the deck here so everybody can get weird about how it's supposed to work.
Jonathan B says, I got to go do some actual work, dang it. Hopefully be back. Please keep this series going. I'm loving it.
All right. We'll do it just for you, Jonathan.
All right, you ready?
Let me take a quick moment to check out my cards.
I'm here for the party.
Okay.
All right. So the first thing that I do on my turn is activate. I count the number of these red dark lightsabers on these locations. Currently there's 2. That means I get to activate 2 force. So I take it from the top of my deck and put it over to the left. I'll do this here so you can actually see it. And then I get an extra one because I am a part of the force and I'm part of this experience.
Yeah, the one for me.
These activated force to the left of my deck are resources. If I don't spend them, they stay there. If I do spend them, they're going to actually go to the use pile, which we'll get to in a second. The next step is control. So any location that I have what's called presence at, of ability 1 or more. So I pull up a character like a stormtrooper.
Important to note, everything has ability except for droids, as far as I can tell.
I think 1 is the base unless you're a droid.
That's like basically you're breathing, living, you have enough force in you to be an alive organism.
Yep. So if you have at least 1 ability at a location during the control phase, location by location, you can drain, which is make your opponent lose force equal to the icons on their side of the location.
Yeah.
So if I control both of these, I can drain Steven for 3. When you drain, you actually lose cards to the lost pile, which is permanently gone. It's kind of like a dead pile or something in Thrones. And obviously that's a big way you win the game, because if I can make all of your cards go away, I win. Then we get to the deploy phase. During the deploy phase, I can deploy any number of planets, locations, characters, as long as I have the resources to do it.
And your cards, the force you activate becomes your resources for the turn, and any resources you don't spend, you can draw instead. Or you can leave it as money. So do you want money later? Do you want cards now? Do you want money now? Like, those are your decisions.
Yeah, so I'm going to deploy a reactor terminal. Use a force, deploy to my side of the table. During my control phase, I can return any cards from my hand to the top of my use pile.
Right.
You've seen it. I'm just going to put it there. I'll spend 1. That'll become used. I'll also.
And that's really good for things with high force, like we were talking about, high destiny.
Yeah.
Where you draw a high destiny card, you just put it on top.
Yeah, and that's why like I ended up including cards like Backpack and Dark Maneuvers. Part of it is those are 5s and 6s, so I can just load those back into the deck and know my late game destiny draws are going to be the gas.
Bugatti.
I'm going to pay 1 for a Stormtrooper here at the Tatooine Large Moisture Farm. Makes sense. They went there. Cost me 1. And then I'm going to pass my... Oh, no, I'm not, actually. Aha! I'm going to also play Tatooine, which is a planet that's connected to these sites. So the planet always goes on the left for the dark side player. And then technically you would do outdoor sites. And in the middle go the indoor and outdoor sites, like the docking bay for Tatooine. and then indoor sights on the other side of the docking.
So there's nothing going to be up here, right? We'll put that.
Yeah.
We'll have a nice little run. Run, 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 jump. Nice. Okay. Clean. Keeping it clean today.
I technically think, see the logo on that monitor is the middle?
Oh, yeah, it is. I don't know. It's
If
kind
you're
of
into
far
that,
away from
if you're
me,
into that
you know?
kind of stuff. Is it?
I know, that's better for you. Okay, here we go.
I mean, I don't care.
Let's do that. I care.
All right,
I'm
I'm going to go ahead and... so deploys over. Battle phase, technically I could pay a force to initiate a battle, or any number of battles, one at a time, at any location where, again, I have ability or presence. Then move, so you can pay one for each of your characters, and there's and starships and stuff. There's various things you can do with your move. Most characters move one, like the Stormtrooper doesn't have a land speed on him, so he just moves one location for a force. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get to my draw phase. I can one at a time draw cards from my activated pile here. I have one left, so I will go ahead and draw it. And then I will end my turn. So at the end of the turn, I say, may the force be with you. My used pile goes under my deck, kind of like in Flesh and Blood, and I pass it over to Steven.
All right, here we go. We're going to activate from the 4. We got 2, 3, plus 1 for me, so 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say that. Then I control nothing. I have nothing currently on the board. Then I'm going to deploy, and Zach's going to learn how great I've gotten at this game.
Let's go.
We're going to deploy Owen Lars for free at his
no.
moisture farm, because how dare you? We're going to deploy a Rebel Trooper for 1.
That cost you 3.
Huh?
2 and 3. Oh, he's free.
He's free.
I got it.
Free at Lars's moisture farm. Rebel Trooper. Ability is greater than 2 on Owen, which means he deploys for free.
Oh, no.
We've got Cal, the big bird, deploying for 0. Then we're going to play Hans back.
Oh,
Use
my
3
goodness.
force to search the reserve deck.
You better hope Han's in that deck and not in your pile right there.
He's not in my pile.
That'd be so funny.
He's not in my pile.
You're about to wreck me.
He's not in my pile.
This is going to be such a different game than last time. I love it. You can feel how much different this is, right? Like, 'cause you know what's going on.
I absolutely can. Oh my God. Is Han? There he is. Okay.
Ryan, we haven't opened any packs yet. That's going to be after this game. We're going to open a box of A New Hope.
I should have 5 force. Where do I get 5 for? Oh, Tatooine came in, right?
Yep.
I'll do one random. I did have Han, though. He was 3 from the top. Almost. I was searching through like, oh no.
This is terrifying.
Okay. I do have technically 1 extra force. Now, the jam would be if I just was able to sling Han onto that thing. But unfortunately, I did not have the cash. Now, does this, when I play this, it just goes in my lost pile, right?
Yeah.
Han's back?
Well, what does it say? Lost Interrupt?
Lost interrupt, yeah. No, okay.
The used interrupt would go to the used pile.
Okay.
This is where you're saying Steven doesn't need to count himself. He's that confident.
And then we're going to pay 2. We're sending an X-Wing up into Tatooine. I'll give you a little chance to do a reverse wreck me if you want. And then we go to the battle phase. I have ability 4, 5, and currently have a power of 1, 2, 3. Capital starships doesn't matter.
Now,
Free doesn't matter.
you have a slight problem.
What's that?
How many force do you have left right now?
None.
You have to pay for the battle.
Oh, I have to pay for the battle.
So
Okay.
you probably just take the X-Wing
Take
back.
the X-Wing back, yeah. Thought battles were free. I just wanted to wreck. You've got what? 1
Steven's
power?
saying game is going to be a bloodbath. Yeah, you're about to destroy this.
Yes.
I'm just going to take a punch right in the teeth.
Yes. Now you could. You're not going to draw. So this is just 1 power. So if I throw here,
You should absolutely do
that's
that.
better.
Yeah. It's working. So you're at 2 power with a card, and I'm at 1 power.
That's right. So now we're going to pay a force to initiate a battle at that Stormtrooper. The Rebel Trooper and Owen Lars are coming back to the Moisture Farm to reclaim it
Revenge.
from this just cocky Stormtrooper. Hey, stay here and guard the Moisture Farm. No one's going to do anything, right? Do you have any responses, interrupts, etc.?
Wreck me.
So 2 power Plus,
Daniel Wick says that stormtrooper is regretting his life right now.
there's a 4.
Oh my god.
So 6 total power and attrition of 4.
Okay, so the way this functions, we went to battle. You have ability of 4 or more, so you get to draw the top card of your deck as Destiny. What's that card?
That is called Tatooine Utility Belt.
It's got a 4 on it, so your 2 power plus that 4 is 6. First thing is just recognizing attrition. So this 4 means I have to lose 4 in forfeit value. If we pull up that Stormtrooper, you'll see the black value under here. 2, that's its forfeit value. So Stormtrooper is going away no matter what I do.
Yeah.
Attrition is going to happen, and that happens if you win or lose. So if I flip Destiny, that's why that ability of 4 is so important.
Ability of 4 in this game is super important. You flip the card. The first thing is they're going to have to lose that much from their board.
Yeah.
Even if they win the battle by 20,000.
Yep. So my forfeit value is a 2. I lost by 6. So the Stormtrooper being lost satisfies 2, and there's 4 remaining. So now I have to lose 4 either from my hand or my deck. And if I can't do that, I lose the game.
That's right.
So let's lose some cards that I don't need.
And every card is worth 1 value. It doesn't matter what's on the card.
That's right. So I'm going to lose 2 from hand and 2 from the top. There goes a backpack and a dark maneuvers. Oh, ouch.
Then do you have to also satisfy the power loss as well?
So
or is that the same thing?
That was the power loss.
Okay.
So you had 6 to my 2 forfeit. So I had a 4 difference.
Right on.
And then basically attrition already...
Attrition doesn't go past what bodies you have on the board. Yeah. Okay. So, and then the Destiny draw goes on top of the use pile?
Someone's saying I technically need to lose 5. Do you get plus power or something?
I got 1 power here. I did have Cal there. Maybe that's the confusion. Cal is actually over here in Mos Eisley because that's a better deployment. It's going to put more force strain pressure on. Destiny goes to the top of the use pile? Is that right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
But like, also, knowing those cards you put on the top of the use pile is really relevant.
So am I supposed to like pay attention that they're going to be in the deck and then come back around in like 20 turns?
Eventually, you'll know a lot about your deck and like what's happening there on the top, but it doesn't really matter.
I don't want to think that hard.
So then it gets the move phase. You gonna move any?
No.
Draw
There's really nowhere to move, and then draw. So I could pick this up, which I feel like I should do.
Lesson learned: don't drop a 1 ability character by itself. If possible, you just put 4 into play.
See, that's the thing. It's like you could do the same. You could do the same thing to Cal.
Yeah.
Here.
Absolutely.
Because you're going to be dropping troopers. So let me see if there's any cards in my hand that matter. For that. So you really just don't put things out by themselves like we just did.
Oh, the reason they're saying is because the Stormtrooper only has 1 power.
Oh, right.
So I was at 1, not 2.
Right. Okay. So then we go to the move phase. Well, now I just need to move Cal. Technically should have deployed here, but like, I don't want to give you the same thing opportunity to do what you just did against me.
You can just put him there and have him part of the fight and I'll lose an extra.
Is that smarter?
I think it's smarter.
Yeah.
Unless you want to let me do the same thing you just did to me.
I mean, what's your hand? How many cards? You just discarded a lot of cards.
4, but I chose what I discarded, and now I have 5 force.
All right, we'll assume we played all 3 here and then initiated the battle. So 1 extra power means 1 extra discard.
I think that's smart. Very smart. All right, mine?
Yeah.
I've got 2, 3, 4, 5 total. 1 from the force.
And I'm going to draw this at the draw phase.
Yeah, for sure. Control phase, I control nothing. Deploy phase, I will deploy some things. Actually, during the control phase, no, I'll keep these all in my hand. I'm going to play the docking bay. So this is both an indoor and an outdoor location. These icons tell us that. So it has to go in between the outside and the inside.
Okay. Technically, is the inside closer to the planet?
No.
Doesn't matter?
Because basically characters on outside locations can move 2 starships here. So they put the outside next to the planet.
All right, so you can get sucked up in the tractor beam, basically.
Paying for it is like hiring transport from the ground or vice versa. I'm not going to deploy.
See? I should have put a bird there.
That's not what it is. But I would have taken advantage of it if you had the bird.
Right on.
I'm gonna draw. Okay, I'm gonna draw again. That would have been helpful. Draw again.
Wow. So now you're going into that.
Well, I think like early on, you may as well have a fat stack of options, right?
Yes, that seems to be the key.
I should have just drawn last time.
Yeah.
Draw. Okay. And I'll go ahead and draw my last. All right, you're up.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have had a 6 power with 4 ability fight happening here.
Don't tell me that. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 1 for me. That's 6. So I'm counting up my blue lightsabers, and I'm adding 1 because I'm a human.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna leave 1 force.
Okay.
I just realized something. Don't worry about it.
Oh, can't look at that. That's money. Okay.
Control phase.
Control phase. And I've got a little ability here. During your control phase, I can move free from here directly to Cantina or vice versa.
That's exactly why you should have done exactly what you did.
Well, we don't have Cantina out.
Oh.
But it's just to, I'm going to keep saying everything that is adding to the game so I know. We need to drain on control. So initiate a force drain. So 1, because I control this and you don't.
Hold on a second.
What's up?
Chris saying later errata changed deployment so the Mos Eisley locations need to be placed together. External Tatooine sites need to be placed together, and Jabba's palace sites need to be placed together. So does that mean that Docking Bay and Mos Eisley need to go together? Because this Docking Bay is at Mos Eisley.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah. So I played this, so technically I could do this. It would have to be this.
Okay. You could split them, or you could put it here.
Or I could do this.
Right?
This makes sense because this needs to be it needs to be connected to the outside world.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do that.
And this is also this is still the outside world.
Yeah. So really, this is most logical.
Docking Bay must be next to Mos Eisley and Cantina next to Docking Bay, but we don't have the Cantina out.
Cantina would go here.
Okay. Makes sense. Oh, and can we get into this? We're gonna need to do this sooner rather than later. So keep it going here.
You got locations?
I don't know. Just saying.
All right. So you're gonna force drain.
Force drain for 1, yeah.
All right. So I have this fun little card.
Oh, this thing.
Counter assault. Lost interrupt. I use a force. To cancel a force drain at this location, draw 1 destiny for every character, starship, and vehicle the opponent has present. Compare my total destiny to your total power. The player with the lowest total loses force equal to the difference.
All right, my power is currently a 3.
And you have 3 characters, so I flip 3 destiny.
That's right.
This
and you
card
add it all up?
Yeah.
And I do what with it? Lose that many
Lose
force?
or loses that much force.
Are you kidding?
Nope.
That card doesn't make any sense. I need to run my version of that.
That's 9 to 3.
So I lose 6?
Yeah. 6
That's
force.
better than any battle I just did.
Isn't counter assault crazy?
What? How is that possible?
David Vedral says, nice.
Okay, 4 of that card.
Well, and it canceled your force drain.
I know, crazy. 2.
Wait, Mappo saying dark side loses 6? That can't be true.
No.
It says player with the lowest total force equal to the difference. Player with the lowest total loses force equal to the difference.
Lowest total what?
It says compare my destiny total to my opponent's power total. Player with the lowest total loses force equal to the difference.
I have the lowest total.
Yeah.
I lose force
That
equal to
card's
the difference.
insane.
So I lose 2.
Andre saying surprise assault is the light side version.
Yeah, I've got that in there. 2, 3.
That's a crazy card.
4, 5.
And then, is there an order
6.
these go to the use pile in, or do I get a pick? Because like this is a good example of if I get a pick, I could do like this kind of a thing, 4, 3, 2, and then that way I know if I see this card, that I probably have a 3 and then a 2 coming.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Order they were drawn in. Okay, so it was 1. No, it was 1, 2, 3. So the order they were drawn in, I'm going to put them right on top of the use pile. Yeah, that's right. Nope. Backwards. Okay. So that was your control phase. Now you get your deploy phase.
That's right. Now we start deploying. And you've got no money left over.
Nope.
You're about to harvest 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I like using the word harvest because that's something Owen would say. Worth mentioning too, people saying that card basically gets less good the better your decks get, because you'll have more of the characters that have just naturally more power.
Yeah.
And the ability. So like, it would be less of a crazy thing if you had 10 power sitting there.
Okay. I'm going to throw an X-Wing up here for 2.
MTG Kit say, I've been waiting all week for this. I'm really liking the game and can't wait to see the second set open. I'm also excited to open another box.
Yeah.
The first like 3 or 4 boxes are going to have so many like choices for us. It's great.
All right, so this could go poorly. It could go really poorly. That's kind of what I'm here for, though. Let's just find out. Let's just keep getting some reps in. 3 for Han.
Han
Solo.
Okay.
We're just going to do a little rush strategy up front, you know? And then we're going to do a battle. There's no battles to be done because you don't have anything to fight. Then we're going to move. Cal moves for free, right? Or not? Did we say that last time? It's always 1 to move, is that right?
Yeah.
Land speed equals 3. Okay.
So you can move fast.
Yeah. Big bird. All right. Let's go here. Pay 1.
I like this a lot. So that character particularly has a 5 forfeit value.
Yeah, that's
so
why.
It gets you the ability, and then even if I go fight you there, it's fine.
Yeah. That should be okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll pass to you, but I have way less cards. Obviously, they're all on the board.
Yeah, and you have 3 locations currently. You'll drain me for 4 if I do nothing.
That's right.
Yeah. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Force gets to be activated. And do I clear my use pile at the end of every turn, including
Yes.
Steven's? Because I had used cards that happen on Steven's turn.
Oh, good question. Yeah, when does my...
When yours clears at the end of your turn, for sure.
Okay. I bet it just stays there. I bet you'd always just do it at the end.
Van saying you should have overridden the Tatooine planet.
Oh, yeah? Is it better for you or better for me or whatever?
I don't know. Did you have it in your hand?
Yeah.
So that gives you 2 force instead of me?
Yeah, I know.
But it's good for your drains right now.
Yeah, but I just assume you can way win space, and I don't want to be drained for 2 every time. Because, like, this is just a distraction. Like,
yeah,
you'll win it eventually, but yeah.
End of every turn is when the use pile goes, including if you have a use pile on your opponent's turn. That's good to know.
Yeah.
All right. I activated my force. Let's party.
It does give you 1 less activation. That's important. 1 less resource.
You know what? It's not party time yet. I'm going to let you drain me up.
All right.
Drain me up. I'm going to put this back using this during my control phase. And then I'm going to skip all the way to my draw phase. I'll draw 1.
Okay.
Draw 1 more. And then we'll pass to you.
Okay. You didn't fall for my traps.
But notice I have 4 resources sitting here.
Activate. 1,
No reason.
2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go to the control phase. Initiate a force drain. Force drain for 1, 2, 3, 4. If you would, please.
Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a couple cards I really don't want to see flip there, but you just have to do it.
Then I can deploy cards. I've got no cards I want to deploy. Then we'll go to the battle phase. There's no battle that matters because there's nothing to fight. We go to move. I don't want to move anything anywhere. I like where I am right now. And then we go to the draw. So I'm going to start drawing.
One thing worth noting, the X-Wing can move to the docking bay.
Really?
Can ships, can they move to outside locations, period? I know they can go to the docking bay.
They probably can't dock anywhere but the docking bay, surely, right?
I think it's specifically as well starfighters, not capital ships. So it says starfighter on the X-Wing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I can't put a Star Destroyer in the docking bay.
Right.
But you could put an X-Wing, which is obviously safer if you sense Star Destroyers coming on.
Any exterior site, says Daniel. They can land. And do they do anything when they're there? They don't contribute power or anything, do they? Do they?
TIEs cannot move TIE fighters. I mean, I assume they can fight while you're there.
I guess it's just
you can target vehicles.
Shooting stuff. And
that's actually a really powerful thing for the Rebels. Because they have a lot of starfighters that can move there.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to start drawing. Oh, no power. Okay, they don't contribute down there.
But they can hide.
1.
The Avenger says, but if
2.
Jack pops a Star Destroyer, you in trouble.
3. 4.
Star Destroyer would be nice, would it not?
1, 2. I'm going to hold 2.
Okay. Activate 6 force. Got a big old stack over here.
They provide ability and forfeit, but no power.
Nice.
Very cool.
That's actually pretty handy. Like a 4 forfeit over there and a 1 ability could be big.
Yeah. And Brian got us on the rules here. The rules call it recirculating. Your use pause at the end of a player's turn.
Question on TIE Advanced. Can I add pilots to that?
Does it have the pilot icon?
Yep.
Well, yeah.
But a pilot icon means it has a built-in pilot. Permanent pilot, provide ability of 1. So it's got someone in there. My question is, can you add more people? Only so many people fit in an X-Wing, you know what I mean?
Well, it would make sense that you could put a pilot in an X-Wing, right?
There are X-Wings that don't have permanent pilots.
Oh, like Red One and those kinds of things, yeah. Huh. Does it tell you it can on the game text? Like my Corellian Corvette said, can't have 4 pilots. No? Then it can't. The card will tell us.
Yeah.
Don't worry. They'll find a way to get that text on there.
Somewhere. In that metallic flavor text.
It's either in the text or in one of the 17 tiny icons.
All right, well, let's try it. I'm going to deploy Ponda Baba.
Ponda Baba. Was he in the Pod Racer game?
Maybe.
I remember hearing that over and over.
They include. He was in the cantina. They included, because it's on Tatooine, so many of the things from Tatooine, so it very well could have been.
Okay.
I'm going to deploy Chief Bast and woo her.
Man, you got some chuds here.
Oh, yeah, man. We're cooking with gas now. All right, move to the battle phase.
All right, tell me your situation here. Any abilities I need to know about?
4 total ability, 6 power.
Mm-hmm.
This is at the beginning of the control phase, any weapons or droids at the same site as him are lost.
Okay.
If he's at the cantina, all weapons and droids are immediately lost.
Okay, and none of those things are firing, correct?
No, but right. This doesn't matter, and none of those, the text matters at this very moment.
So it's currently 6-2.
Yep.
All right. Let me just take a look at my cards here. Okay, very cool. Now what's happening?
Going to the battle phase.
Okay.
I'm going to pay 1 to initiate a battle on the Lars Moisture farm.
Okay, I have an interrupt.
All right, hit me with it.
Panic.
Ah!
This is perfect. It's got literally Han's panicked face on it. If opponent just initiated a battle where opponent has more than double your power, draw up to 3 cards from your reserve deck. Of those 3, deploy anywhere for free. Characters, starships, vehicles, devices, or weapons.
I almost played that in my deck, that whatever mine is, but I didn't.
Oh my gosh. Free Rebel Trooper, free Wolfman, free X-Wing.
Let's back this up. Okay. Question is, I have an Imperial Barrier Interrupt. Use a force to prevent any character or starship just deployed by the opponent from battling or moving for the remainder of the turn.
It was just deployed.
So I want to know if I can stop him from being a part of the battle.
Definitely can. And then this X-Wing can be deployed at exterior sites, right? So I could technically drop an X-Wing here just for reserve.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just for the 4 forfeit.
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Or...
Imperial Barrier will work. So I will pay 1 to Imperial Barrier. Technically, can I pick anybody?
Anyone just deployed of these 3.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Wolfman.
The Wolfman, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so he is...
That's a used interrupt.
Powered out.
Oh my gosh, the Imperial Barrier is a used interrupt, Steven. It goes back in the deck.
Oh, shut it. That's too good. I'm gonna keep this X-Wing annoying, so you can't just, it becomes more difficult for you to drop a whale in and blow it up. I'm just gonna keep draining you for 2. Okay, so now my total is...
Wait a second.
What
was the condition for you to play that card?
Opponent just initiated a battle where opponent has more than double your power.
Yeah, okay. Important, don't forget this ability.
Oh. +1 in battles at Tatooine sites.
So you were at 3 technically, so you still qualified.
Okay, good.
But only just barely. So now you're at 6-6, and we both get draw destiny.
No, I was at 4. If he's +1 and he's +1.
No, it's that you're +1 at this site.
Oh.
Not everyone. That would be crazy town.
Wow, that's way better than I thought then. I'm great up there. So I was at 3, you were at 6.
Yes.
And then this one came in at the last second.
And now you're at 7.
And now I'm at +1 more.
Grab yourself a little die.
Oh
I like putting the dice here so we can know
gosh.
the score without having to recount every time.
Nothing like fumbling through this one. Okay, 1, 2, 3 power. Wolfman doesn't count.
Yep.
4, 5 for this. I don't know where the rest of it's coming
Probably
from.
him.
6, 7. But because you Imperial blockaded him, I'm at 5.
This is amazing.
Yeah, he was blockaded. No Wolfman may pass.
That's right. We kept him out. My characters responded to an emergency call from a dead stormtrooper. They showed up to the thing.
It's like,
hey, they got there late.
This is a job for Wooher, Ponda Baba, and Chief Bast.
send only our best. All right, so
We both have ability 4.
6 to 5. We both get a destiny. Ready to flip and see what happens?
Yeah.
The most exciting moment in Destiny.
I've got currently a 0.
I have a 1, and it's my Imperial Star Destroyer, which killed me.
But wait a second.
Oh, no.
Hans Dice. Character ability of greater than 2. Owen is ability 3. Use 1 force. Draw another battle destiny instead of the one I just drew.
You get to draw another one?
Yeah. So this one probably just goes to the top of the use pile. And I get a 3.
You know what's funny?
What's that?
I'm not going to roll this back. Read that again. Panic?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Of those 3, deploy anywhere for free.
Back that up. Back the first
If opponent just initiated a battle.
Uh-huh. One more. Keep going.
Where opponent has more than double your power.
More than. Got it. Look at our algebra equations. We're going to leave it because it was too cool.
All right.
But now we know, right? Now we know. Which is fine.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So you are at 8 to my 6.
5, yeah, +3. So we'll crank the numbers up.
Okay.
So
this is a genius.
6, 7, 8.
Here, look.
And you have a 1 attrition.
Yeah. So even though I lost, you have to meet my 1 attrition.
Right.
With forfeit value.
And so any of these is a 4, 2, 2, 2. So I have to get rid of 1 thing here to satisfy.
I think
1.
you technically have to get rid of something in the fight, even. Like you couldn't do the Wolfman.
Okay,
but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just at that location.
But we all know it's a rebel trooper that gets lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's built for.
Okay.
So you paid for my attrition. This goes to the top of my use pile. And then you have a 3.
What's going to the top? Oh, your destiny card.
Destiny, yeah.
All right.
So let's get rid of the worst one here.
So you have to lose. You're going to lose 2, and you have to lose at least 3 because of attrition. So basically, you lose 3.
So I'm going to get rid of Ponda Baba, satisfying the attrition and also paying the difference in power that we had. And then that'll be the end of the fight.
That's it. Great.
Yeah.
Good battle.
All right.
Especially because Panic was technically unplayable.
Well, and what's really unfortunate is now I have not 4 ability here.
Yeah.
So problems abound. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Used interrupt here too.
So it goes to the top of your deck.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, Hans dice
We're,
is so
we're
good.
learning. All right, I'm gonna not move. I'm gonna go to the draw phase, and I'm gonna pray for rain.
Hey, we're cranking, man. We know how to play this game now.
I think we've done it.
We've figured it out.
Oh, what?
And we're going to be playing another one very soon.
Okay. I will pass. So this goes under, and it's your turn.
And I know that your Imperial Star Destroyer is gone.
You know,
I don't know how many you might have.
And you know that it just got buried.
I'm about to wreck Tatooine. Okay. Over to my phase. Now, end of your turn, all the things get recirculated. It's getting good. 1.
You draining me right now?
I will in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 for me. And 1 for me. Okay. Then we go to the control phase. I'm going to initiate a force strain of 2.
Cancel it.
3.
Collateral damage here.
Oh, come on.
You started there. All right,
I got power 6 up there.
I draw 3 destiny.
It's not terrible.
3, 4, 5, 9.
Ah,
So I cancel
4.
the 2, and you lose 3.
9 minus 6, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll lose 3. Okay.
And then goes back in this order. Collateral damage is the jam.
And it's from my hand or the deck or the used pile?
No, it's your deck or your hand.
Okay.
That's it.
So here we go. 1, 2.
David Vettel saying, "Wow,
3.
this game is so fun."
It's so fun.
We're now really
crazy.
enjoying it.
Yeah,
We've
crazy.
reached the peak. We're gonna play this game forever.
Okay, here we go.
Oh lordy!
Hey.
You drained me though, right here.
Yes, for 1, yeah.
Oh, I played the wrong card. It was counter assault.
Right, counter assault, of course.
Don't worry
But now
about
I know you have
don't, don't worry about it. I'm gonna lose 1 off the top of my deck. All right.
Okay. Well, let's start right where great thing starts. Han's Heavy Blaster Pistol is going, you guessed it,
Andre saying, seeing Steven actually enjoy himself is priceless.
onto Han Solo.
Oh my!
He's got his Heavy Blaster.
You hit the gravy train.
I know. Okay, may target using 1 force, draw Destiny. Characters hit if Destiny +1 is greater than their ability. So the average is going to be about a 4. I can hit a 4 ability.
Which is anything in my deck.
Or a 3 ability probably is safe. Vehicle hit of Destiny +1 is greater than maneuver or armor. If hit by Han, now this is relevant. I'll wait until you. Did we do counter assault wrong?
We did. I should have only drawn 2, so I would lose 1 force and not you.
That's fine. We'll call it good for that.
Okay. For that,
Gentleman's agreement. Yeah.
the 3 things that you got to put into play.
you know, I'm a fair player. So the thing about Han's Heavy Blaster, which is very, very real, is that it's 1 to target, but then because it's on Han, that target's forfeit then becomes 0. So you kill something and it can't be used to satisfy the rest of the forfeit.
That's amazing.
It's so good. Yeah, it's so good. All right, we're gonna
And people apparently are saying you can lose force from the used pile.
Okay, cool. Okay, and so we've got ability 4 here.
Christian saying, you guys are so playing Star Wars CCG right now. They're like loose, like almost correct math. Make up for it later with other similar mistakes.
I'm going to pay 1 force to give this Rebel Trooper a Tatooine utility belt.
I need more cards. I need more Star Destroyers, dang it.
This Rebel Trooper now has +2 power and forfeit. That's a 3 power Rebel Trooper. He's got a belt. He's got tricks. We're going to deploy a Rebel Trooper for free because Owen Lars satisfies the ability greater than 2 requirement.
Steven saying, how'd they get so suddenly good at this game?
It doesn't take us much. I mean, like I said, we've been playing nothing but card games for the past, 10 months, 11 months.
I mean, for the past 20 years, but then daily for the past year almost.
We just gotta, you just gotta make sure you get the pieces locked in. All right, Zach. I haven't even run the numbers, but I feel good about it. I'm gonna pay 1 to initiate a battle here in the Moisture Farm, reclaiming it once and for all back for Owen Lars. I'm gonna calculate the power here. You've got an interrupt.
Collateral damage. An accident occurs at the beginning of the battle at any site where an opponent has at least 2 characters and 1 weapon. This one.
Oh my gosh, that's not a weapon, is it? It's a belt.
Oh,
it's a device.
I can't use it. I can't use it.
That's
Dang it.
right.
I was so close.
All right, here we go. Power 1, 2, 3, 4 from the belt. 5, 6, 7. Zach, how much power do you have?
Everyone on chat screaming no weapon. Just chat's like 5 seconds behind us in real life. So a lot of times we'll realize it about the time that chat's going crazy.
And Zach has 4 power. 7 to 4. Battle is initiated. Any funny business? I have ability. Zach, you do not.
Go ahead, get a 0.
There's a 2 for my additional Owen Lars. So 8 to 4. You're going to lose the battle by 4, and you have to satisfy at least 2. So
I'll just lose both and satisfy the entire difference.
And then this goes to the top. I keep trying to discard it. And we have reclaimed the Moisture Farm. Owen came back with Rebel Troopers and a Shavastan Wolfman.
I'm going to have to rethink my strategy.
And said, what's up?
End of the turn?
Yes. Move, no moves, draw. I will start to draw. I'll draw a few, at least 2, 3,
my turn's going to be quick.
4. I'm going to leave 1 force there.
All right, activate 6 force. I won't play anything. I'm just going to draw.
Okay.
I need options.
Steven Skelton saying solid board state, if you ask me.
This is going to be bad.
I think he's talking about me.
He's not talking about me. All right, I drew all of them. Go ahead.
All right. Me, activate, force. Currently have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1
You drain me first.
Activate first, and then control.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm the rules guru now. Okay, 6 force. Now we control. I'm going to initiate a force drain here for 2, 3, 4.
So I'm going to go 3 from hand, 1 from deck.
Oof.
There goes Wally.
All right.
Daniel Wick saying that lone trooper at the first of the game kind of set all this up. It did. Unfortunate.
Okay, where is the cantina going to go if it happens to come into play?
It's got to be connected to Mos Eisley.
This, so it's got to be over here.
Yeah, I think it would go
Between these?
somewhere.
Between these two.
I think it goes here.
Okay.
And then you can move between these for free.
Okay.
Daniel Wick, the story of this game is the time the Empire tried to invade a planet with a single hapless stormtrooper.
Totally fair.
That card where you get to play 3 things for free is crazy.
Isn't that nuts? Yeah.
Especially when you realize how many of your cards are
cheating.
characters.
There's some funny business we can get into here. You have to pay to move every character?
Yeah. Unless you have a boat.
Okay. I'm just kind of one character short here. You know, it's a real tough.
Much?
It's a really tough situation. Okay, we're gonna deploy the cantina there.
Okay.
Okay.
I think Cantina has to go here.
Okay. Go over
because it's indoors. This is indoor, outdoor. This is outdoor. But these all have to go together because they're all in Mos Eisley.
Okay. Then. Sure. You know what? Yeah.
Are you guys saying it has to go over here?
Must go other side. And can you tell us the logic of that again?
It's in some book somewhere.
So it sounds like other side is what people are into. Is the docking bay always at the end? I mean, to me, that would give me a great level of clarity.
Let me show you this chart.
Use the glossary. Oh, no. Somebody said, okay, no, this is right. We're behind a little bit. The glossary. The glossary.
I'll show you.
So important to note, Tatooine Cantina has the indoor symbol.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
So Cantina always goes on the end, if it exists.
Okay.
Then Docking Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Then Mos Eisley.
Okay.
Then east, What are E's?
E's. Classic. E's.
Exteriors.
Okay.
Then Jabba's palace. Then the entrance to the cavern. Then the interior of Jabba's palace. Then at the bottom of that's the Rancor pit. And then finally it's Tatooine.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. This makes sense, right? Interior, exterior.
That's what I was saying.
Exterior.
Like this is in between inside and outside.
Yeah.
And so on.
Yeah, okay. Okay, great. Great. Yeah, this makes sense. Docking bays separate interior from exterior. Right. You dock. Well, you might have a shot here.
What?
Just because, we'll see what happens.
I'm a one womping away from packing it up and opening the booster box and getting some endorphins from seeing new cards.
Now, I can't carry anything on this ostrich, right? Doesn't say I can.
You ever think that's the sentence you'd say?
It says land speed equals 3, but I don't think that matters here.
No, it doesn't have a passenger stat.
Okay. I'm going to deploy a rebel trooper. No, I'm going to go here for free.
If you put it there, I was going to be amazingly happy about it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Then we'll pay 1 to put a utility belt on this rebel trooper. He's also got the belt. Then we'll go to the move phase.
Do
you dare, Man, how much do I really think I'm safe?
From the Empire, you're never safe.
Move to an adjacent side as a react. A react to what?
A fight? A force drain?
Anything.
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Me playing something?
All right, so I'm going to do 1 move.
Those Wolfmen are
1 move.
crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stacking them deep, selling them cheap. Then I'm going to start drawing.
You're just begging me to come to the farm again, aren't you?
I'm just saying.
All right, you played a location. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is what I get activated.
All right. I'm so excited, I've just got to go to the bathroom.
All right. I'm going to sit here and
Drank too much coffee today.
try to find a solution for a problem that doesn't exist. This is excellent. I'm having a great time. I cannot wait to open more product and get some more. I need more stuff, but I'm loving. I feel like this game could go completely different. The opening was really strong for Steven. The playing the 3 free things right before a battle was amazing. That card's fantastic. Definitely appreciating this game on a whole new level right now. I like that we're starting with that first box as well. There's a lot of cards here that I haven't ever really used, and it's cool. It's cool getting to watch it in action. Van saying you'll definitely love Hoth. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Hoth specifically. Yeah, Steven was doing that with Mos Eisley very effectively. So the light side Mos Eisley lets him move to the Cantina during the control phase or vice versa. So he can basically move characters from here during his control phase to the Cantina and force drain me. So I have to really reinforce that right here. Kevin saying, man, watching all your streams is so hard on the wallet. Luckily, I think the singles for this game are not crazy priced to get a couple decks going. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
It's a Cantina game now. I'm going to play the Prophetess.
It is. I hate her.
I'm going to play Eum Onith. And what kind of fight would it be if I didn't play Fred?
Little stormtrooper.
Yeah, lone trooper. Then we'll go to the end of the round. I won't move. I will draw though. We'll grab this 1 card just to see what we get. And I'll pass the turn to you.
Okay. Are they supposed to go under? Activate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Let me scope out what she's up to. Represent, you must predict the winner before the battle starts. So correct, randomly retrieve one lost card. Okay. 4 ability, 1 power. Beautiful. And touch your cards.
Why do you think I should leave them?
1 power, and during your control, entire hand. Okay, that's not gonna matter. 1 power.
They're just bodies to stay in front of Prophetess.
All right. Activating.
You going for the Gusto here?
Yeah.
You gonna move your party into the
100%.
No, let's go.
Control. Initiate a force drain at each location you control. I control here 2, 3, 4 force drain if you would. Please.
1, 2, 3. No! 4.
Madi in the dig.
Maybe I'll pull a Dennis and flip him back on top of my deck.
Okay.
Dieter saying he hopes we pull Brainiac so our brains can melt. He's the one that has pie printed on his card.
Okay, control phase. Wolfman's gonna move.
And you're using the Mos Eisley ability to do this for free, right?
For free. Gonna move. Han Solo is coming in.
Han, doesn't he have a gun? Oh, he has a gun.
Yeah, he does.
It's gonna be an accident in the cantina, you know what I mean?
We're gonna play a Towels. We're gonna play a Towels. And now we're gonna fight.
So it's pretty crazy. You get +2 here, and all your aliens are +1 here. So let's go. When you fight, I'm going to interrupt the collateral damage. An accident occurs at the beginning of the battle. At any site where opponent has at least 2 characters and 1 weapon. I draw Destiny. If Destiny is less than the number of characters at that site, one of them is lost.
Okay.
So I draw Destiny if it's less than 5.
It will be.
It's a 2.
Okay.
Then one of those characters is lost. Your choice.
Okay. It's a Towels. Lost. Let's slide these over to. Okay, let's see what we're dealing with here. It's not, you know, it looks always worse than it is.
Well, you're at 7, 8, 9, and each of your aliens is +1. 12.
Yeah.
Feels bad.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's right. Now, when do I use a weapon? Do we have? We actually have a chart
we battle. You pay 1. I got
right?
you on this.
Weapon segment.
So you start the battle, and then we can both fire weapons.
Blaster.
So you pay for it. And what does it say? What's Han's blaster say?
Draw Destiny. Okay, I'm just going to do that now. It's a 4. It says character hit. Oh, wait, I need a target first.
My assumption is you're trying to get rid of Prophetess.
Do you get rid of Prophet or do you get rid of the M Olaf because he has the higher forfeit? It's going to go to 0.
That's true. That's probably a good idea.
Either one.
And he's a lower ability. You're probably going to hit him.
Yeah. Okay, let's hit him.
Yeah.
What do I have to hit? His ability?
1.
Oh,
so you got a 5 total.
Yeah, we definitely. You got to.
So he's hit. So I'll just turn him sideways. So his forfeit is 0, right?
His forfeit is 0.
Okay. And you would exhaust your blaster.
Okay.
Sorry. And then we would go back and forth firing weapons until we were done, I think.
Okay.
Then we do the calculus. We both have more than ability 4. This is our power total, so we're each going to flip Destiny.
2.
4.
Okay.
So my total is now 7. Yours is 14.
14.
So I lose by 7.
You lose by 7, and anytime you lose really greater than your attrition, you don't even care about attrition, right? Because you're always going to satisfy it.
Yeah.
So like for me, I've got to satisfy 4, which I can easily do with this Towels.
Yeah. So I'm going to forfeit my Stormtrooper to satisfy the attrition and 2 of the difference. Then I have to do 5 more. I won't forfeit any more from the battle, so we'll just do 5 off the top. Yeah, it's real bad. Me not controlling this planet is not ideal.
Okay. Battle complete. If I want to condense these down a little bit so we can make sure everybody's seeing.
Daniel's saying Han can force you to redraw your Destiny if you want.
You can pay 1 to redraw. Yeah. I don't gamble like that. I could easily see a 0.
Yeah, you're way ahead.
I've got a few sites in there that I haven't seen in planets, so I'm not going to mess around with that.
Okay. And then he has to go away because he got hit.
That's right. Now, the question to me is going to be, oh, Shavasana was my thing. I kind of, you know what? No, not going to do that. Not going to do that. Okay, and then I'm going to draw. It was Castle. Or it could have been.
No, that was on the top of your force file.
And I'll hold on to 2 force. Recirculate. Because I don't think there's any moves that matter here again. No moves that matter.
This is bad.
I had another.
Northern Lights, definitely this is atypical in terms of like the snowball really taking off. I made a pretty bad opening and then Steven had a really phenomenal opening. But even then, in like full constructed games, it's nowhere near over at this point. I've seen so many games turn on dimes like this because, again, there's just so many ways for me to potentially drop a bunch of stuff here in a space fight and cost Steven a whole bunch. So not quite over, but it's getting close.
Okay.
Mine?
Yeah.
I'm going to skip all the way to draw because I only have 1 card in hand and I need cards.
Anybody's curious, too, this Rebel Trooper got shuffled over here, was actually here while we were reorganizing.
So I need draw and draw. Go ahead.
That was it.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing. Okay. Let's go activate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for me.
What up, Powers 209? Document 94 enters the chat.
Yeah, sorry about work. That's a bummer.
Steven saying people sure are going to be talking about that belt meta.
Control. Drain. 2, 3, 4.
No bueno.
Okay. Control phase. We're moving everybody in.
Someone actually made a good point. If I had a counter assault at this point, like if you drain for like 6 characters and I flip 6 cards, it could be like
you can literally just turn it all around. That's, I guess it's kind of to prevent this kind of a situation.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. Take what you got, right? Take what you got. Let's deploy X-Wing there to give everything plus more.
Yikes.
Okay. Then I'm done with the deploy. We're going to go to the battle phase. I'm going to initiate a battle here. Interrupts.
We're good.
Other shenanigans. All right. Let's add up the power.
Give me a second.
Ah, yes. Excellent. Okay. We've got 3 on Han. We got 4, 5, 6 because +1 for the cantina. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for the belt. +3 for each starship controlling the planet. So that's an additional 3.
Glad you like him, Chris.
All right, Zach. You've got Destiny. I've got Destiny.
Let's flip.
Here we go.
Give me that 1, though.
3.
You're at 18 to my 2.
That's right.
You have 1 attrition.
I got 1 attrition that needs to be satisfied.
Also, Prophetess is immune to attrition less than 3.
Ah. This Rebel Trooper lost.
So now I just have to satisfy 16 damage.
That's right. You flipped a 1? Wow. Nice. Oh, I got to shoot, too. That'll get rid of some forfeit there too. Although it's not guaranteed. She's a 4 ability. So I need to hit Destiny +1 is greater than 4. It's going to be a 4 greater.
C3PO always making Han frustrated.
Now I could pay 1 force to cancel it and draw another one. Right? Why not?
0. Wah, wah, wah. So I have to lose 16, which is literally my entire deck and my entire hand except for this one card.
All right, well, you're going to turn it around with that one card, right?
Thankfully, that gets put to the use pile. And I flip this over, I have 1 resource. I can't even play my card.
All right.
So then I pass.
Cool.
And then you gobble me up.
That's a story of
rebel domination.
It's a story of recapturing the moisture farm.
That's the
entire thing. That's
quite a tale.
That entire story, and then you try to reinforce, and then the rebels set a surprise ambush. Han led them to take over. It's like
so. Lesson here.
Well, first of all, panic can't be played if it's illegal.
It's illegal.
Well, it's illegal that 3 is not less than 3.
Is this is mine, right?
I turned things over.
Lesson of also.
Is this your Tatooine or is that mine?
It's yours. It's in the white sleeve.
That's the reason.
Dropping on my turn 1 when I have 3 resources. Not playing something is way better because you can't force drain me on your first turn.
Yeah.
So I may as well not have anything and draw cards and have extra cards. And then if you play a character like I did, I can swarm you like you did me.
That's exactly right. You kind of that first turn, I think, more than anything, is going to be a bit more of building and stuff. At this point, I think we're going to pay a lot more attention to that.
Early on, I think drawing a lot of cards makes a lot of sense too, right? Like,
but what an obvious waking up of understanding exactly what we were doing.
Yeah.
What we were trying to do. It took one struggle through, and then it was like, yeah, okay.
Well, and I think once you understand functionally how to execute the game,
yeah,
being good at playing it is now the next step in that process, right? And that's where I think like last time I learned the lesson of kind of a similar thing, but at the end of the game, where having a single character where you can just fight them in a location and not moving is bad.
Yeah.
Because last time I had board control minus that one location, and then you won the game because I just left that person there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta have force.
Here was kind of the same. Like putting one person out is not good enough. That's actually more of a liability than it is an asset to get that into play.
Which is beautiful, really.
And like, I could have saved the force in the card in my hand. There's no hand limit and there's no resource limit. So like, there's no reason to play it until you're playing it.
Yeah.
With stuff.
And it kind of gives you, the game then creates moments. So rather than feeling like that standard card game where you're just slowly building your pieces, it feels more about bursts here and bursts there.
Big moments.
Big moments.
In the Star Wars kind of way.
And that's, ironically enough, that's what Eric Lang said he was trying to do with the Star Wars LCG, was create big, exciting, dramatic snapshots of moments. But as it turns out, this game really just does it. It did it in 95, 96.
In a different sort of way.
Different, and my goodness.
Very great. Speaking of big moments, how about we open another booster box of the Star Wars CCG?
This is exciting. Now, set number 2.
These are, as far as I know, let me make sure. Yeah, these are limited, which means they're going to have the black borders. This is a New Hope. This is the second set. There are some good starter stories in here. I'll put that out there.
Really?
And
what about
you can also get Chewbacca, who's Han's counterpart, and R2-D2, which is C-3PO's counterpart.
Let's just be honest. You're going to play dark side, I'm going to play light side, right? Are we just doing it that way?
For the time being, yeah. I think at some point it might make switch sense to like, there's going to be options, but we're a couple sets away from that being realistic.
Look at that. Hold on. Let's get over top down there. Still got a beautiful insert in there.
Number 401.
Oh, a rules supplement. Well, that's what I was looking for. I need more rules, please. Look at that. Is that the card? There's a card list on the back.
Let's just do a quick run through here. Blue Milk is in here.
Right. Wait, is that the same blue milk that was in Ryan Johnson's movie?
That was yes.
Was that a shout out literally to that blue milk?
Yeah, the blue milk's a big.
Is it a normal thing?
Like the theme park that you can go to Disneyland for Star Wars. At the bar they serve blue milk.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah. Chewbacca, you want that? Clock Door 7, definitely looking for that. Ooh, we get Corellia. Death Star is in here. Just looking through.
Spike Kelly saying, "Don't open that box." Is it too valuable?
Too late. Ooh, Wedge Antilles. He's cool. Just reading through for notable names.
Oh, I don't even want to know.
All
I'm going blind.
And yes, the other side is a rule sheet. Look at this. Tractor beaming,
Right.
capturing characters, the Jarek rules, that like holographic chess they play.
Wait, this is literally the additional rules?
The other... Well, it's all in the glossary as well. Because the glossary came out afterwards.
This is the additional rules from the second set?
Yep.
They were crazy, Zach. They were crazy. We're introducing immediate effects, immune to control, used or lost interrupts, multiple destiny numbers, lose one, force two, cumulatively, undercover, capturing characters, tractor beaming, creatures,
Oh, yeah.
Brainiac, Squadron, Sandcrawler Interior, Jarek, Bluff Rules, the Death Star System, Epic Event Cards, and Blown Away.
It's really funny. City of Doors begging us not to open this, even though we are already opening it, but essentially saying that we are millionaires, which is funny, because we are not.
That didn't cost like a ton of money, did it?
It's really not about what it costs, it's about how much people would be willing to pay for it this fine day.
Did you buy that recently, or was that from an old...
This was a while back. I actually got really fortunate. And I do this kind of thing randomly. Like
What?
It's like going to Star Wars Celebration, and then like you just happen to buy some stuff that becomes valuable, or you think it'll be valuable, and like I'm not necessarily going to like do that. There are people, scalpers, that are literally just there to grab stuff to sell. But it's this kind of thing where like you'll get this thing for being there, and it happens to be worth some money, so it kind of offsets the cost of the experience.
You got this for being there?
No, there was someone a while back selling a lot of boxes, not like a lot of them, but a lot, like a group of them.
Oh, right.
And they were just they needed money quick, and they had a bunch of boxes, and so I was able to get a lot of them for a really reasonable price. And it was the kind of thing where it's like it came with 4 Hoth boxes, and I kept one.
Oh, cool.
So then I just sold the extras,
Nice.
and mostly paid for a lot of these boxes. So that's why I had them in the first place, and I've been kind of looking for these and trying to fill the slots.
Well, bless you.
Over
Thanks
time.
for sharing it with us.
Yeah.
Me in particular.
007 Nick Bond, that's correct. Buy them to play with, not to make money. That's why I got them. So some hilarious comments.
I'm getting organized before I add more to my pile.
Yo, you weren't already organized?
Sweet diss, man.
Got him.
Idiot. Okay.
And plus, the getting to experience the game like this is worth a lot to me. This is very enjoyable for me to get to walk through these steps, and then being able to document it and share it with everyone else, because I know not everyone can do that. Especially the past year and a half, the box prices have...
Now, why is that? Is it just going to keep happening over time, like our collectible podcast?
Collectible cards got a lot more popular in the past year or two.
You think people just have more time to sit at home and fill in collections and find this kind of stuff? I mean, is that what the pandemic has
I think
done?
it's that combined with nostalgia.
Yeah.
So like once you see a first edition Charizard selling for like $100,000, people start paying attention to cards a little more seriously.
Yeah.
Same thing with Magic. There's a Black Lotus selling for $400,000 or $500,000 on eBay right now. So like it's just more real. Like there's actual people that invest in stuff. This is an asset you can buy that's not a stock tied to apparently nothing.
Okay. GameStop, here we go.
Yeah, if anyone's watching this like many years from now, just remember that the pandemic happened and then GameStop happened.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all groovy now. The whole world's, and that's, you know what, this is a real nostalgia becomes more relevant as things become more hectic or chaotic in
Going
life.
back to a calmer, more understood time in your life.
Yeah. So if you've got a pandemic and weird stuff happening, then it makes sense you would retreat into things that are comfortable and that you know.
And I think part of it too, especially with sealed boxes.
I've been watching home movies recently. The show, not like actual home movies, but the show, home movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I got the DVD collection for Christmas from Jonathan Leah.
That's fantastic.
And I don't have.
I know what I'm going to get you for your birthday
television.
now is just DVDs.
Yeah,
Fun
really.
stuff. You're like, actually, though, that's valuable.
I just
right now.
added the 5 DVD. What's his name? Nielsen does Naked Gun and Airplane. The 2 airplanes and the 3 Naked Gun movies, a 5-pack
Nice.
on Amazon.
classic. Like what? That's kind of like this experience, right? You get to experience that in a row.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's do it. Call out your favorite cards. And I think the 5th card back is the rare, technically. Not that that really matters. And if you get a Star Destroyer, just start dancing for me.
Okay. Ooh, I remember these arts.
Oh, dude, look at this TIE Assault Squadron. Yes. That's my kind of party. It's got 3 pilots on it.
We're about to go to space, aren't we? I'm going to put my trash in the box.
Is Besieged a rare? We have let me see that card list.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Reserve Pilot, Crate Dragon, Bones. Now, these are some cards I remember.
Besieged is a rare.
Hey, man, look at this Dianaga.
Oh, the
garbage squid.
That's the trash compactor.
Yeah.
I have a card that is good with a trash compactor, so hopefully it's in the set.
He's got Ferocity. Power, ferocity of last character or creature eaten plus Destiny. Habitat, Exterior, Dagobah Size, Trash Compactor, and Dark Waters.
Yeah, that's a cool templating with it coming out over the template.
Yeah, and Slither 5.
So I'm sure there's cards that let you that you eat.
Yeah.
And it gets more powerful every time it eats.
Yes. Another band member, Ichabel Gaunt. He's playing the his favorite Cantina song is Tears of Aquana, mainly because it features him on Fanfare. That's good to know. Something I wasn't aware of.
Hey, I got blue milk. Select a player to activate a force, and it's used or lost to interrupt. If it's used, you select a player to activate a force. If it's lost, you can cancel Jury Juice or Hypno. Or Hypo.
Yeah, you
can. So you can cancel the being drunk, basically.
Yeah, you can. These Crate Dragon Bones, man. I loved that episode of the Mando. That was a good one.
You haven't seen the end of it yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
Well, you need to watch it. Look at this Jawa Ion gun.
Oh, nice.
Use a force to deploy on a Jawa. 3 on any warrior. May target using 1 force. Draw Destiny. Droid immediately stolen. A Destiny +1 greater than forfeit. Non-droid character excluded from battle if Destiny equals their ability.
Oh, that's cool. So you can at least bring a human down as well. Commander Evram Leger, popular leader whose expertise in space defense and orbital battle stations enabled the Alliance to uncover a fatal flaw in the Death Star's design. An unsung hero of the rebellion, if you ask me.
Look at this. We have a prisoner. First, it's got Leia on it. Happy to see it.
Classic.
Use 1 force if your opponent just lost or forfeited a character from battle. It is captured instead. Or use X force to capture all characters on board a captured starship, where X is twice the number of characters.
That's crazy. Imagine what you want out of that.
I don't even know how to capture a starship yet. So I'm just dividing by light and dark on this pass, and then I'm putting my rares off to the side.
Okay, light and dark. Fair enough. Creatures.
Evader, which is a play on words. It's Vader spinning in his thing. Used, cancel all revolutions in play. Lost, if Vader or Vader's custom tie was just lost, move that card to use pile instead. Or save to your use pile 1 Imperial just lost from any Death Star location.
Another musician. Lirin Kern. Bith mercenary, male backup clue horn player in Figrin Dan's band. Only musician besides Doak who has not lost ownership of his instrument to Figrin. Well, now I know.
Nice.
Oh, there's the Tusken card.
Oh,
the leader of the Tusken Raider tribe. Unafraid of machines.
That's awesome.
Skilled hunter and marksman.
I might have to go Tuskens now.
Raids moisture farms for water. Roams the Junlan wastes in search of unwary travelers. Cool. When he's with another Tusken, you can draw a Battle Destiny even if they don't have the ability.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Amon asking if we like any non-card based games. Absolutely. I like Star Wars Legion. I like Star Wars X-Wing. We used to play Monster Apocalypse a lot. We like Arena Rex.
Love Arena Rex.
Skytear's card based.
Crisis Protocol.
Crisis Protocol kind of has cards involved.
Board games. I'm a big fan of Quantum. That's the one that I always go to. I love all board games. I mean, not all, but all the ones that people say I should play and I play, I genuinely like. I mean, Outer Rim's super fun. We're not like hip board gamers though. Like we're not like
very unhip actually.
I know about like the old Dune and like all these like weird old designers, and I don't know the designers and keep up with that, but I have a good time when I play board games with the right people. So Splendor's great. I mean, I'm not picky.
We did a stream in December. It was a holiday throwbacks to our favorite games. We did a lot of board games there. Check this out, Red 6.
Oh, good.
A 2 cost with 5 attrition.
Get me an X-Wing.
May add a pilot. Opponent may add 2 destiny. Add 2 to destiny drawn for I've got a problem here when played against Red 6. Must have a pilot aboard to use power, maneuver, and hyperspeed.
It's so good.
Ooh, I got a Death Star tractor beam. Use 2 force to deploy on Docking Bay 327 at the end of battle at Death Star system. May target a starship there using 2 force. Draw 2 destiny. Starship captured if total destiny greater than armor maneuver. I like the idea of trying to capture your ships. Of course, you have to play ships for me to be able to do that. But that's another. Notable about Red 6 though. Look at the destiny value. It's a 6.
Ooh, 6. Very nice. I bet they did that 5, 4, 3. Yeah. A lot of good droids.
Ooh, I got Urs.
You got his hunting rifle.
Hunting rifle.
All right, good.
Oh, it goes on him or Chief Bast, another popular character.
Does he steal it or something, Bast, in the movies?
I don't know.
Where does that come from?
Let's read it. Owning a hunting rifle is an important status symbol in Tusken culture. He scavenged his weapon from a starship wreck near Anchorhead. So it's probably a hunting rifle that he stole from the ship that character was in.
That makes sense. Wait a minute. Gook, Ghhhk, the Dejaric hologram of creature from Clackdoor 7. Rises with the dawn, screeching mating calls across the jungle. Locals use their skin oils as a healing salve. That's literally a card for the hologram in the game of Dejak.
Yep, that is literally a critical. So you can also play Sabak, which is not yet, but later on Cloud City, which is the gambling between like Han and Lando for the Falcon. It's amazing. Gik is a great card, is what people are saying. I think it's in a lot of decks. Look at this Clackdoor. I actually got it. Clackdoor 7 is a planet. It looks. I don't even have this, which this is part of why fleshing out my collection.
Hold on a
the
second.
planets in this are great. If you occupy, so if you're here, all Bith characters are +2 destiny.
What?
All your Bith characters that you flip from the top of your deck are +2.
Oh, wow.
That's super interesting. Also got Ralatar. Look at that planet.
Nice.
Your starships may move here as a react.
We need to get our react rules on.
Your capital ships are -2 here for Imperials.
Don't look now, but we've got Luke's hunting rifle.
All right.
We've also got Red 5.
Oh no, you got Red 5?
Must have pilot aboard to use power. When firing an attack run, adds 1 to total. 3 power, 4 maneuver, hyperspeed, 5. Luke's Incom T-65 X-Wing at the Battle of Yavin.
And he's not 5 destiny, by the way.
Not 5 destiny.
They usually, I mean, obviously that's a balancing mechanic we see later in like Skytear, Flesh and Blood, where usually the higher the destiny value, the more either situational or not as great the actual card effect.
That's right. You gotta have levers to pull. They knew it. Even then.
Dude, this is a light side card. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Sorry about the mess. Lost Interrupt. During your control phase, fire one of your weapons at the normal use of the Force. If Han is firing, may add 1 to the destiny draw. A Seeker may be targeted by a character weapon as if it had a maneuver of 4. The hit target is immediately lost.
Oh my gosh. That's so good for Han. Hello.
Magnetic Suction Tube. Deploy on a Sandcrawler. During your control phase, you may target a character present, draw destiny greater than ability, suck up character, relocate to the related interior Sandcrawler site or owner's use pile. It's hilarious.
How about this Y-Wing Assault Squadron? Look at how cool this looks.
Man, I cannot keep up. You guys are chatting like crazy, which I love.
Check this out.
Oh my goodness.
Y-Wing Assault Squadron replaces 3 Y-Wings at 1 location. They go to the used pile. And you can add 3 pilots or passengers to it.
But it has 3 permanent pilots.
You make them a squadron.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Someone said read the flavor text on the magnetic suction tube. Slurp.
Ichabel Gaunt, male Bith musician. So the Bith. So with this would count as a Bith card, right? It doesn't say it anywhere, but in the flavor text.
That means it's Bith, yeah.
So all your musician stuff becomes better at that planet. Wow. We can control that planet, right?
Also, I'm super excited. Imperial Squad Leader. I'm going to get more troopers, which is good. I'm probably going to end up doing a trooper deck. But it says when moving with a squad of exactly 3 troopers, all 4 of these characters move for 1 force.
Oh, cool.
Your troopers at the same side are forfeit +1. Imperial Trooper Guards may move with Imperial Squad Leader at normal use of the force. So it's just more. We're getting stacks on stacks
you're getting
here.
Troopers on troopers. Rebel Commander, good. Merc Sunlit. A crafty purloiner from Tirek Munda with a heart of gold. Often hired to advise the wealthy on how to protect their own property, well-traveled and skilled in many languages. Cool. He's an anti-thief card. And or a thief card. He can steal advice. Oh, yes, so he's a thief. Got some blue milk of my own.
Check this out. Mosep. When an opponent is losing force from 4 strains at the same or an adjacent site, lost force must come from the reserve deck only.
Oh, that's great.
Jabba's Nimbinal Accountant. Inside contacts allow him to disrupt the cash flow of the Hutt enemies. He knows a mistake could make him the next write-off. Oh, nice. Got the Masasi Ruins for Yavin 4. It's really good.
Good.
If you control the leader here, your starship are each power +1 at Death Star system. That's a classic. Commence recharging.
Art and stop.
Deploy on Super Laser. The fire Super Lasers that are a planet. I really want us to pull the Death Star. That would make my day here.
Okay. Do you not have it though?
I have it, but I want it for this exchange. To fire Super Lasers at a planet, opponent must first charge it by accumulating 8. Oh, it's a light side card. Come on. I'm out. I'm done reading it.
Dan's Boren. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff. I love everything that doesn't end in Skywalker. You know what I mean?
I do.
Dan's Boren, cocky gunner and bounty hunter, maintains a residence on Nar Shaddaa, the spaceport moon of the Hutt homeworld. To his companion's delight, he's nearly as good as he boasts. Great flavor text.
Nearly as good as he boasts.
He adds 3 to the power of any starship he pilots, or if he's aboard as a passenger, adds 1 to that starship's destiny draws.
That's awesome. Mopo saying add 3 to power. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Daniel Wick saying he had a friend who specialized in making decks that were annoying, and Mosep was almost always in them.
Brainiac is here.
Oh, he's in the house.
Brainiac in the house.
Yeah, he's a rebel. Let's read him. He cost Y to play. His forfeit is X. His power equals the square root of 3 parentheses X minus Y.
That's the quadratic equation.
Plus 2 parenthesis A minus B parenthesis plus pi, minimum power of 1. X, which is his forfeit value, equals dark side hand cards. Y, which is his cost, his light side hand cards. A is the total number of dark side icons in play. B is the total number of light side icons in play. Pi equals 3.141592653897, etc., etc. Amazing. Let me just read this ability too. Here's the text. Boshek nicknamed the male Cinetine Brainiac due to his ability to calculate hyperspace coordinates in his head. He's the brain, sweetheart.
So who's playing him?
Well, looks like it's you from the back of the card.
That's crazy.
All right, Astromech Shortage. Use 3 force to deploy on the opponent's side of the table. All opponent starships with an Astromech or nav computer are now deployed +1. Nice. Ooh, black 4. Get in the house. Look. Light side, Het, Nick Kick, In Kick. It's a Jawa, unique Jawa. It's +1 power for each Stormtrooper at the same site unless Regesk is present. To deploy, it requires 2 force from each player's force pile. Cannot deploy otherwise. Deploy only on Tatooine, but may move elsewhere.
Very nice. You see this Blastador Kid? Light side card. Battle in the interior side is initiated. Use of force. All leaders and all characters with ability greater than 2 are excluded from the battle. You're talking about a weenie deck. That's what you want to run right there.
Crazy.
Man, have you seen this Grim Tosh? If you use it as a used interrupt, if opponent has 13 or more cards in hand, place all but 8 randomly in their used pile.
Ouch. What's the loss?
So you know the player that's like got 20 cards get wrecked.
That is built to just wreck.
Loss is to cancel Molitor or use 4 force to cause opponent to reveal hand. All cards opponent has 2 or more of are lost.
That could be bad.
That could be very bad.
Ray, if you did hear us do an equation when you walked by.
Oh, this is it, man. Look at this. Mobquet A1 Deluxe Floater. Enclosed land speeder used by nefarious characters due to its luxury and evasive capabilities. Features include automatic steering and fine Corellian leather. You look at that thing?
I literally just looking at it here. Yeah. That's a fancy speeder.
Use free of Jabba or any bounty. How does Jabba really get in there?
We're going to find out.
Imperial Squad leader for you there.
Yep. Give them all.
Tentacle, I'm going to guess. Yeah.
I want to know how that creature eats things.
We're going to find out.
Apparently Monarch is Grim Tash. They're the light dark side equivalents.
Ooh, black 4. Did you go black 4 already?
I did get a black 4. And VS-61-4, which adds 3 to the power of anything he pilots. On black 4, also draws 1 battle destiny I'm not able to do otherwise.
Just got the same one. You got yourself a consistent deck right
here.
Here
we go. He's the rare, apparently.
Nice.
I needed something. Is it enough? Tune in next time. You know, after that stomping, I'm going to have to go home and really rethink my life.
You're going to actually like deck build? Am I going to have to do that now? You got a lot of Imperial Squad leaders coming at you.
They're better than Stormtroopers.
Jabba Blaster. Love that technology.
David Vegel saying, Talon roll my way to victory. That's a card I didn't play initially, but probably will end up playing. Ooh, Mahdi Seeker.
No. Looking for one thing and one thing only.
Yep, that's going to be good for you. You got all the Seekers. What is happening?
Well, you know, I'm looking for it.
You're seeking?
I'm seeking. I'm always seeking.
I like the name of this, Imperial Justice. If opponents generate at least 4 more force than you, deploy on a location to cancel all force generation at that location. Or deploy on a location is now immune to revolution. Don't know what that means.
We're going to find out.
I heard a lot about revolution.
How about let the Wookiee win here?
If we get Chewbacca and R2...
That's the rare here. During a Jaric battle, add 1 battle destiny, or if a Wookiee survived a battle you just lost, deploy on one opponent's character with ability less than 5. Character is disarmed. -1 power and can't carry weapons. Wow, you just like rip its arms off.
Literally rip its arms out.
Well, you don't have to say it, but we know that's what's going on here.
Got a black 4. More importantly, though, got a gold 2.
We're going to space, I think.
Ooh, Trooper Davin Felk. Look at this Stormtrooper. While in Tatooine, causes local trouble and Luxor droids to become used interrupts. Opponent may select target when using friendly fire at same site as Felk.
Wait, opponent may select targets when using friendly fire.
A card, friendly fire.
Yeah, because that's the one that I play.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So it makes it where I get to pick?
I think you get to pick.
He's also a 1 cost for 3 forfeit with 2 ability, Trooper.
Oh,
he just fits right
everything you need.
Give me a victory class. I need Star Destroyers, man.
Dude, here's a rare site. The Tatooine Bluffs. Bluff rules are in effect here.
Whatever that means.
We'll find out what that means, yeah. Man, we got the whole band coming together here.
Uh-oh, look at this. I got Commence Primary Ignition, our first purple.
Ooh, wait, what does that mean? Super rare
it's an
or
objective,
just Death Star?
So I think that means... It's not super rare. Bluff rolls are right here.
Oh, that H2WM saying, y'all made me go through my old cards. All I got is Vader and Akbar starter decks, I think they were. That's great. I'm sure they're just fine.
This is called an epic event card. They represent great events that could lead to great disturbances in the Force. During my control phase, fire super laser as follows. This is how you shoot the super laser. Name the system. Use X-Force to target a planet, system, Death Star is orbiting. You may fire when ready. Draw Destiny. So you pay X-Force, draw Destiny. If Destiny plus Y minus Z is greater than 8, the target system is blown away, and this card is lost. X is the total sights at the target. So the number of locations there.
Yeah.
Y is the total Death Star sites where opponent has no presence. So all the sites that
Let's
I
say
have.
it's 5.
Z is opponent's choice of X or total sites at one rebel base. X being the total sites at a location. So complex math. But that's how you blow
either
stuff
the
up.
total sites of the location or your total rebel sites at any location?
Well, Z is opponent's choice of either of X or total sites at one rebel base. You have them for or
Y
high.
minus Z. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So probably whichever one is higher or lower, depending on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Kashyyyk. There's some Wookiee stuff.
The amazing thing, at least for me, after we got our cards sorted from last time, was like how actually focused the number of cards was once they were sorted, and like you started figuring out what they actually did.
There's another.
Uh-oh, Tusken time. Oh yes, the gods have spoken.
Oh, you did get a Star Destroyer. Nice.
Victory class Star Destroyer. Manned 4 pilots, 6 passengers, 1 vehicle, and 3 ties. Has ship docking capability. Permanent pilot provides ability at 1. Add 1 to your total power in battles at related planet sites. So this is on Tatooine if I'm controlling that planet. They're +1 for each ship from the Tatooine ability. +1 for the victory class.
So it just gives it a permanent Tatooine. So whatever planet you're on, it's functions similar.
Also got a tractor beam.
Got another tractor beam as well.
That's how you capture ships, which I love. Ooh, look at this. TZIZVVT. The Mel Brizet from the planet Jandon is hiding from the Imperials on a remote world Tatooine. He hopes to procure passage to the Outer Rim before the Empire finds him. May fly, move only during your deploy phase, may move only during the deploy, up to 2 sites away for 1 force. Power +1 at Trash Compactor, any Dagobah site or same site as Dark Waters or Tarkin.
That's so awesome. Here's another victory class. Hello.
We're going to the moon.
And we got a super laser.
Oh my goodness, it's all coming together.
It's coming together.
If I get a Death Star, I have everything I need. You need the super laser, obviously, to fire the Death Star.
Yeah. The old Incom T16 Skyhopper. It's used for shuttling and hot rodding.
Also,
all the kids were doing it.
This is exactly the kind of thing this game did. Look at the alien icon on this bug.
It just has more.
It has more, like
it's
the
got
eyes.
more eyes. Yeah. Just giving you everything you want.
Oh no. I don't want to see it. Wedge Antilles.
Yes.
Adds 3 to the power of anything he pilots. On red 2 also adds 2 to the maneuver and draws 1 battle list and he's not able to do otherwise. May use the force to search your reserve deck and take 1 Carillion flip into hand.
I just
shuffle,
saw one
cut,
of those.
and replace. Is it a common?
Probably. I think I'd seen a couple. That would be. This is one of the situations. If you got all this stuff and then didn't get the you'd trade. It's like I need somebody to trade me here. Another super laser.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. That's not what I want.
Oh man, look, I got the bowcaster. It's gonna be good and chewy. Use X Force to deploy on any warrior where X is 7 minus the warrior's power. X must be at least 1. May target using X Force. Draw a destiny. Character hit a total destiny +1 greater than ability. And X is their power? No, X is 7 minus their power.
Right.
So if you have a 6 power character, which I assume Chewie's a 5 or a 6, you can use it for 1.
And does it hit him? Just hit him?
It's +1 to the destiny and hit at greater than ability. If it's a creature, it's +2.
Nice. Because he's got to kill those Trandoshans, right?
He does not like creatures.
Or Trandoshans? Have we decided how to say that yet?
Depends on where you're from.
Oh, Zach.
Uh-oh. Do I smell the Death Star?
No.
Oh, did you get Chewbacca?
No.
R2?
Conquest.
Oh, yes, sir.
Big old...
Si se puede.
Do you have this?
Probably. So the one deck that the Death Star deck I have,
You got like all
it's
of
like
the
an
New
Imperial
Hope stuff.
fleet. Yeah. It's like give me all of the Star Destroyers.
I haven't seen it. That's beautiful.
Daniel says, "Uh-oh, Conquest." It's great, right?
Wow.
There's a charm to these cards.
Yeah, they do justice to Star Wars. It's the main thing.
After initiating battle against Falcon, may look at Rebel's hand.
There you go. Just play it how it's played.
9 power.
That's a big boy. Cost you 8 though.
Death Star. Death Star. I don't know if I'd be more excited about the Star Destroyer or the Death Star.
Peter's saying, I think I have a foil conquest. Were there foils?
Not yet. They came later.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, it's a miracle.
Oh no, Death Star as well. Nicely done. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Wow.
You know, now I'm blowing planets up.
Oh,
That's my new primary initiative.
You got the whole boat here.
I got Star Destroyers, I got Death Stars. I don't even need Vader.
You need to find me a Chewie, man.
I agree.
Look, R2-D2. 2 or 5.
Isn't that amazing? If you need it to be low, it can be low. If you need it to be high, it can be high. That R2 is amazing.
That's great, too, because in an astromech.
Dude, this has been an amazing box. All the Death Star stuff. R2, Wedge. The only thing we're missing is Chewie. That's like the main beat that's
Isn't there a pilot Luke, surely, in this somewhere?
I don't think he's in the first set.
Oh.
But the next set is Hoth. And Hoth, we get new versions of everything. It's awesome.
The Death Star conference room. You can talk to all your friends.
Someone's saying we need a trench run. Those are the deck set.
Or you know, it's cool. It's cool to see what the Death Star does if you don't do the trench run, right? Like, can you win just hanging out on?
I got the Death Star trench light side version, so you could run the trench run if you end up getting it. I'm pulling for Chewbacca.
Leia Seeker.
Oh yes, that's a dark side seeker.
Yes, it is.
Get in here.
I think we can guess what that does. Military version of a remote program to stalk specific targets or secondary targets. Heat and light sensors track with fatal accuracy. Can stow away on starships. Wow. The old Corellian slip.
This box has been
What'd you
loaded.
get? What'd you get? Chewie! An alien and a rebel.
Drat!
That's so good. 6 power, +1 at same location as Han. Adds 2 to power of any starship. On the Falcon, everything gets crazy, of course. Your vehicle, starships, and droids at same site go to used pile rather than lost pile when they're hit. That's amazing. Starships, droids, and vehicles, they don't go to the lost pile. That's what I'm talking about. What up,
Embolism
Chewbacca?
saying you've pretty much got... apparently, we had a pretty weak premiere box.
Well,
the first set.
We made up for it here.
This we are making up for. The fact that you have Chewie and Han.
That's great.
And R2 and C-3PO, you have the crew.
This is now why these games are so fun. It's like, well, now the randomness of the packs tells me what I need to build.
Yeah.
Which in a lot of ways is less overwhelming.
It's kind of enjoyable, right?
Having it all at once. Attack run.
Oh no.
Deploy on Death Star Trench.
We have all the tools in front of us.
Is that it? Do we need a trench run? Like, is there a trench run card that we have to play?
You have the light side trench.
And then we have deploy on Death Star Trench, which is right.
And that's how you make the trench runs.
And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So we can now do a trench run. Oh my gosh.
Technically speaking, we sure can.
Oh my goodness.
Christian saying, geez, you got everything.
I would have killed for this as a child.
Chris saying you guys are set. I got ITO, the interrogation droid. When at detention block corridor during the control phase, your force drains there are +X, where X is the number of captives present, immune to restraining blow.
I love that mechanic. So your force drains can be 6, 7, 8 if you just
capture
prisoners.
Things, yeah.
Gosh, I love it. Exactly what you want. Ooh, Luke's cape. Look at that. It's beautiful art. You force to deploy on a rebel or alien, immune to attrition less than 3. Also, you may activate 1 extra force each turn if Luke's cape is present at any non-Tatooine location. So if you're Luke, if you have Luke's cape on and you leave Tatooine, you get an extra force each turn. 1 extra force each turn if he's not on Tatooine.
It just reminds him of being home.
Yeah, that's so great. I'm gonna put that thing on Han.
007 Nick asking where we get the digital cards from. Looks higher res than the ones he's got. I have no idea. Somewhere on the internet.
Just on the internet. Yeah, it's probably the same source you can find if you just Google them.
My final rare, magnetic suction tube. So I'm
end it with a bang.
That's right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna finish this stream out. I just want to sort cards and look through everything I've got.
Okay. You wanna pass over light and dark?
Yep. I'm gonna just put this back over here. This is the dark things you passed me. There's light. Let me grab these.
I'm gonna do colors.
Did you divide your rares at all?
No. You don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I actually like kind of know what's going on,
it's nice, right?
It's way nice to just separate these out and then start to look at what we might want to do. Now I do have enough Y-wings to run that squadron.
The cool thing about it is like
I could still just moisture farm.
Yep.
And win the game.
You also like, I'm gonna be playing Death Star, but you, just because that's my like starting location or whatever, it's like you don't have to trench run.
Right.
But you eventually someday can if you want.
We can plot a new course that the rebels could have taken.
Besides mass
deploy vaporators. Sit on Tatooine.
And I'm just gonna, one of my first things after I get this completely sorted is gonna be really examining the Death Star to make sure I have the goods I need. But having 2 super lasers is really strong because you essentially need to get super laser on Death Star. Death Star starts at parsec 0, so pull up the Death Star. X is the parsec of the current position. Must deploy at parsec 0. Hyperspeed is 1, so you have to pay 1 to move it. Right. So if your base is like planet 5, it's 5 turns of moving.
And then you probably should just lose if it gets there, basically, like that turn or next turn.
It gets spicy. I'll say that much. But the reality is, the super laser can only deploy while it's at parsec 0. So you don't want to move it. Yeah, you don't want to move it until you get the super laser out. But having 2 super lasers is helpful.
Well, this series is delivering on what I was hoping it would when you pitched it. And it's like, I feel exactly like I think I would have felt if we were in the heyday of this game.
Like if a set just dropped and we opened a box,
yeah,
and then we were just playing all weekend trying to figure out how to do this stuff.
Yes. And yeah, basically trying to figure out how to do this stuff is correct. Okay.
T-Zag saying Steven will be playing Moisture Farm Tycoon while Zach tries to terraform the galaxy.
Man, I used to love those Tycoon games. It was like roller park, amusement park, roller coaster tycoon, that kind of stuff. I had so much fun building amusement parks.
Carl saying, funny fact, I used to sell Nalgene years ago.
Oh, hey, get in touch. See if they want to get a sponsorship going.
David Vegel giving some advice. Says, Zach has to have a lot of Death Star sites out, Steven, so it opens up to force string quite a lot because of all my Death Star sites.
Yeah.
And he says, play with a docking bay to ensure you can do that. Do what?
Get onto it, probably. Move characters from the docking bay to your Death Star sites. Luke's hunting rifle, by the way. Hold this beauty. You can deploy it for 1 on Luke or Owen Lars, which I do have.
Nice.
Target for 1 4-star Destiny, etc. Creature immediately lost if Destiny +2 is greater than defense value. Good at hunting creatures like Tuskens, as you might expect.
As you might expect.
Sturdy construction, but no match for a Tusken Raiders Gatter. I thought it was a Gaffy stick, but it says Gatterfee stick. Is that a different thing?
I think it's probably a misprint.
Oh, nice. Found one.
You know I'm going to be controlling the skies here.
Mm-hmm.
What's Death Star Gunner do?
I have an idea.
If on Death Star, cumulatively adds 2 to the total of commence primary ignition, or during your control phase, may send this gunner to your used pile, search your reserve deck, and take a super laser into hand. Holy what?
Good. Apparently, Gatterfee stick is the proper name. Gaffy stick is the slang of people on Tatooine.
I love it.
I love it. Hey, check this out. Take a moment and appreciate this rectina. Obviously, it's an antenna.
Mm-hmm.
Use 1 force to put it on a starship. Then if you initiate a battle at the same system, I can react by deploying cards to that system at their normal force cost. So you say battle, and I'm like, all right, deploy.
So you just have like 10 force sitting there, and you can just go.
Yeah. Better watch out.
Check this out, Stunning Leader. After a battle at an interior site is initiated, use a force to cause all leaders and all characters with ability greater than 2 on both sides to be completely excluded from that battle.
Very nice. Let the small people fight. Let the
That would actually reward you for wanting to play all of the like B
just
characters.
Weird stuff. Yeah, exactly. And I am here to do that. We got the Rogue Bantha here, a creature vehicle. Led into the wilderness after mistreatment by a young Tusken raider, raised by a moisture farmer, friendly towards strangers, but attacks Tusken raiders on sight. At the start of any battle in an exterior,
Oh, it's a rogue bantha?
You immediately trample one Tusken raider before the battle begins. Immediately lost.
That's amazing.
That's really great.
All right, let's just sort this stuff. I love the idea, like a Death Star deck with a bunch of stormtroopers just milling about.
I just want a bureaucracy.
I just want to create the movie.
Bureaucracy deck. Yeah.
Like it gives you a chance for Han and Chewie to run in and like
start blasting.
Do the rebel stuff.
To
yeah.
Be honest, start blasting.
And can you imagine too, like, part of what would be so exciting about these sets coming out in 95 and 96 is that a lot of this is actually creating lore or showing it to you and naming it and explaining it for the first time.
For the first time ever.
So, like, as a Star Wars fan, it's like, that's such an insane, even now picturing, like, if Destiny had characters and cards and stuff in it that was coming out that didn't exist yet.
I've got my mic on this whole time.
The whole time?
Well, for a while.
Oh, when you last you went to the bathroom?
Yeah. So good.
David Vegel saying that box is just so sweet for what you guys are doing.
Yeah,
that was a great box.
This was the sense of exploration and unknown was still so present in Star Wars at this time, and that's so much of the appeal. Like, you don't get that anymore. You do feel like it's getting more buttoned up over time. Like, it's just a normal story now. Like, rather than like, oh, it's unbelievably wide.
I think part of it too is because like they've tried to define the borders more.
Yeah.
Which isn't exactly great.
It isn't exactly great. That's right. You didn't outsource as much of it. You try to keep it all tidy. But there's some raw energy to just having the outsourced ideas to so many different creative types. And it caused some weird things. Like the expanded universe was insane.
By insane, you mean like did not compute.
Brainiac. Now, did you guys say Brainiac is basically always power 4?
Some number, yeah.
Is that what that always basically means? Is that?
I think there's ways to like, his cost and forfeit really depend on hand size.
Yeah.
So I think there's ways of manipulating it, but someone earlier I think was saying 3 they just assumed it was 3 all the time. I must say, I'm enjoying the heck out of this.
Yes, me too. I mean, it's not a surprise, but understanding the game really helps you appreciate it.
Yeah.
Check this out. So, like, these are all of the characters. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 19 characters that I look at here that I could add to my decks. Like, that's not overwhelming.
Yeah. That's what I'm at the stacks now where I'm adding more of the same character than I am adding new characters here.
Yeah.
And there's 22 currently.
Wow, cool. The band is going to get played. I'm going to do that. Together, they're so good.
I mean, the reality, too, is like, you're welcome to have multiple decks built at the same time.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, can't even get there.
Like, if you build a band deck, that probably is going to look a lot different than...
You might be surprised. And then still just a ton of aliens. And this cool Jawa leader, Het Nikik. Jawa Scout wants to avenge deaths of relatives killed in stormtrooper assault on Sandcrawler. Regesk pilfered the power pack from his blaster at a critical moment. Head is power +1 for each stormtrooper at same site, unless Regisk is present. To deploy requires 2 force from each player's force pile. Deploy only on Tatooine, may move elsewhere. Ability 2. It's a high ability Jawa.
Ability, any amount beyond 1 is a card you have to look at. All right, I'm just going to look through my characters really quickly. So this Imperial Squad Leader is a 2 with 3 forfeit, ability 1. It's the one that moves. Troopers are forfeit +1 with it. So that's really good for a trooper deck. Trooper Davith Felt is kind of the same. He's 1 for 3 forfeit and does some fun stuff. I don't know what cards. Let's see. Local Trouble and Look Sir Droids. So we'll see if that ends up being relevant. Stormtrooper stack. Now my Death Star gunners are clutch.
Well, you gotta have the gunners. Can't run a Death Star without
They
gunners.
either add to commence primary ignition, or I can put them in the use pile to search my deck for super laser and put them in the hand.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So I'm gonna put 3 of these over here with my Death Star stack.
You know, the 3 dots, that makes me think that it's like a deck building thing. Oh no, you deploy it on the table. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was like, well, it can't matter if it's an instant, but there you go. But like, look at Blue Milk. Blue Milk's got 1 dot. Does that mean he can only use it once in that moment?
Probably. Look at this. The Advose, Advose. Whenever you deploy a weapon or device from your hand at his location, immediately activate 1 force as a kickback. Adds 2 to the power of any starship you pilot. Limit 1 per site or starship.
Cool. Cool. You gotta give him a kickback. Yeah. Game had flavor.
So Tech Moore is a Bith. He's a musician. After using the Omnibox, the thing that lets you shuffle a deck or a used file or a force file, you can peek at the top X cards of the deck that was just shuffled, where X is the number of other musicians at the same site. May reshuffle without peeking.
So if you shuffle their deck, you look at the top, and then you can reshuffle it again if you want, or you can leave
or
it
you
and
can
know what
leave
they're
it.
getting. Hey, music, you know, very powerful. Music's so powerful.
Look at Liren Karn, another Bith musician. When at the same site as other musicians, collects a cover charge. For each other musician present, add 1 to the cost for any character to move or deploy to the same site.
That's great.
So you have to pay to get in.
Yeah, you got to cover. Man, I can't believe you hit Chewie on that.
Han, Chewie, Wedge, or Chewie, Wedge, R2.
That's the band I want.
Dude, this is kind of cool. So, Defel, D-E-F-E-L, under nighttime conditions, may use 1 force to hide from and not participate in a battle.
Yeah.
While at a site affected by revolution, opponent must lose 1 force during your control phase. So imagine if he's just there.
You
to
can't
prevent
go
the
do
force
anything
strain,
about it.
And then
Yeah.
you battle and he pays 1 and hides.
I love it. You got to run that, right?
Which is super good.
Well,
So
you got to have nighttime, though. So you got to do like a night deck?
that's what, it's going to go in my nighttime stack, right? So that's, oh, no, no, brother.
What nighttime stay?
I have this pile of nighttime cards I'm going to put here. I'm also going to organize my musicians together. So I'm combining my old cards and my new cards, just so you're aware.
Yeah, I'm about to get there. I totally missed this actual extra stack. So I'm now behind.
Because old Orr is going in my Tuscan stack, along with his, you know what, I'm going to sort all my cards first.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's get it. Get it done.
What does Scanning Crew do? Is that a red card? Just see. What color is Scanning Crew? Does anyone know? And is it from the set?
Probably looking at it.
red first set. So I'll look at that in a minute. Just pile these up and we'll get there.
We're gonna bring totally secret decks in next time.
Okay, deal.
Yeah, we'll build them off camera.
Mine's definitely not going to be a Death Star situation.
Yeah, I do have some information about the kind of person you are. You do about me as well, though. So you're probably very certain I'm not running that attack run.
That you're not running it?
Yes. That's too predictable.
I feel like attack run is going to be better later anyway when you have more stuff.
Am I more likely to be playing a bunch of aliens and music in a cantina?
Yes.
Yes.
And you have the cantina, so you may as well lean into it. Mm-hmm.
Doc Knots.
Not what?
Ooh, sorting is hard. There they are. Sarin.
Oh, dude, check this out. The Mobquet, you read this earlier, can carry 2 passengers, moves free if Java or a bounty hunter is aboard. Also may move for free as a react only to a battle where you have a thief, smuggler, or bounty hunter. That's an incredible ground vehicle.
Heck yeah.
If that's your deck.
I think react is really important in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, agreed.
Tyree.
Oh, wow. How thematic. TIE Vanguard. So it's a TIE fighter, permanent ability 1, no hyperdrive, so it can't move. But if an opponent initiates a battle at the same system, you can react by deploying cards at their normal use of the Force to that system. So it's the Vanguard.
It's the same thing that I had. That was the radar array.
Mm-hmm. But mine's a ship.
So they're using the similar mechanics. You can test those mechanics, but you give them to both sides.
But in
they're doing
different
that a lot, but it's in slightly different ways. Yeah, which I think is just delightful. Anyone out there in chat playing Flesh and Blood?
Everyone.
Really? If everyone in chat right now is playing Flesh and Blood, I'd be very surprised. Been thinking about that Ranger deck too. It's a great time to be thinking about deck building for us.
We're
in the a new golden age of our card game lives.
Daniel's saying TIE Vanguard got erratated. What's different?
Play it as played, man. Play it as written.
Powers 209 saying I'm building a Star Wars deck. Dave Vedal saying save yourself some time. Don't play Squadrons. Yeah, it's really hard because it's not playable until you have a bunch of other stuff out.
Yeah.
So it's
and is the effect of playing it good enough to warrant the problems?
Probably not.
Probably not. The Iron Rhino of Star Wars.
We've seen, and you know what? You're actually dead on there, I think. These red cards are where all the heat is. It's where you can really mess your opponent up. There will be hell to pay. Use 3 force to put on the table and stack 1 just played interrupt here. To play any new interrupt of the same name, player must first stack it here and use +1 force for each interrupt in the stack, even if interrupt is normally free. You put it on the table after someone plays an interrupt. Okay. And then the interrupt attaches to this.
Nice.
To play that interrupt again, a different version of it, you have to play 1 extra force for every attached copy.
That's great. That's great. Oppressive effects become harder. Now, there was no deck limit on this? You could run like 17 copies of whatever? Or was it 4?
You could run 17.
Wow. Okay.
People saying there'll be hell to pay is for it's an anti-sense / alter. So sense and alter cancel interrupts and effects. And so this, if you play this after someone plays a sense or an alter, they suddenly get more expensive to play.
Yeah, makes sense. Good to have in the card pool. Okay. Done. Gold 2. Red 5. Red 6. Porkins. A lot of gold 2s
Old
there.
Porkins. Yeah, I had a lot of Black 4s. So I assume that was the one like uncommon ship for both of us.
Magnetic section 2. Oh, the bowcaster. That's right. I forgot you also got the bowcaster.
You have Han and his weapon
Oof.
and Chewie and his weapon.
Yikes. I see that Chewbacca's back now.
I wonder if that actually exists. Surely.
Shirley. Don't call me Shirley. Let's do a Shirley.
I'm curious what people think some of the better red cards in this set are.
Don't tell him. Isn't better just so subjective, though, based on what your deck's trying to do?
Yeah. That's why I'm curious what people tend to play from this set.
People were up to. I'm definitely going to try to get Luke's hunting rifle on Owen Lars. I mean, like, that to me is like
The goal.
the goal. I mean, he was such a hero last time. I feel like I owe it to him.
He defended that farm. He needs a chance to shine.
He's earned it. David saying we got rare characters and ships rather than rare reds. Which does make
I'm
a lot
okay
of
with
sense. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. So, like auto good ones, maybe not. Man, look at these beautiful cards. Look at these beautiful cards, seriously. They just get you excited about Star Wars all over again, man.
And they're just pictures. It's just because it's from the originals.
And it's just, I don't know, it's just nicely doing it justice. There's something, you can feel it almost on the cards themselves.
Daniel Wick saying, Gook, so good. Did you get Gook?
I'm not even looking at what I've got yet. Sabotage.
Check out this. This Gook lost interrupt. If you lost a battle after having forfeited all cards from the battle location, still have battle damage remaining.
Mm-hmm.
Cancel all remaining battle damage.
Wow.
So you beat me by 20?
Yeah,
I
cancel
forfeit
it
the
all.
stuff and then it's over. So that actually lets you
That'd be great
do
for
the
like.
Stormtrooper thing I did, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I forfeit the Stormtrooper and cancel the rest of it.
Yeah. It's a trap.
Wow. These Jajaric events are awesome. Injiak. If the opponent just deploys 4 or more characters at the same location this turn, prevent all of those characters from battling.
Nice.
Or if opponent just reacted to a battle, cancel the battle.
Very nice. You can see how they're seen in the card pool with answers.
Mm-hmm.
Like even this Corellian slip, it seems like the space battles become about who has the most Corellian slips or Talon rolls. And I play it to cancel yours, to cancel mine, to cancel yours. It's like, huh. It feels like we're having a roll-off. Space.
Oh my gosh. Uta Guta solo. If Nabrin leads, the thing that like my Hellas, what is the name of the transports, just completed a transport, use 2 force. Nabrin is lost, that card, and all rebels transported are captured.
Wow. Devastating. So conditional, but so devastating.
If someone plays that card, you capture all those characters.
These cards were built for a local meta. I mean, it really is built for like, Zach's got he's using this card and it's wrecking me. I've got an answer to that.
It's amazing.
And then you wreck the other guy. And then it's like, well, I'm going to wreck that. Back and forth forever.
David Vegel saying Wedge overcomes Talon Roll on his own, so I wouldn't run it anymore, Zach. And he says SWCCG was a Silver Bullet Galaxy.
Somehow it works here. Why did it just works here?
It's because every specific thing they're including is theme.
Yeah.
So it may never happen, but when it does, it tells a story, and you want the story to happen.
And it seems like most of the time it does something else too. But then at the very specific time, it can do something crazy.
Yeah.
Grappling hook. Yeah, so grappling hook's the same thing. It makes your stuff cost more the more you play it. It's nice. Luke's Cape, man. Beautiful card. I love that card.
I always love capes.
See, like these are very reasonable piles.
Yeah. And because there are cards that are so specific, if you're not playing that lane, you don't have to really worry about it.
You don't even think about it. Blast the door, kid.
Oh my goodness. Program Trap. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
2 forces deploy on an opponent's droid, except R2 and C3PO. Can't do that.
Okay.
Or 1 on your own droid.
Okay.
The next time either player draws a destiny matching the number of characters at the same site of this droid. So if you draw destiny and you have, there's 8 characters there and it's an 8.
It's an 8. That's the least likely scenario, but I get it.
The droid explodes, causing all characters present to be lost.
Oh my gosh.
So I send in a droid with this.
A suicide droid?
And you have 4 characters.
Yeah.
If you draw destiny and it's 5, all of those characters go away.
That's crazy. How do you even allow it?
City of Doors, yeah. Check out our stream from last February where we did the Star Wars CCG. I'm running that objective in a Death Star deck.
Oh yeah, you think about how complex that was comparatively to like what we're about to do. Kind of nice to see it in its original. Well, it's very nice to see it in its original form.
I think it makes by the time you get there more comprehensible.
Oh, easy, yeah.
Because now I'm starting to see all these pieces be built. And it's the kind of thing where Death Star was probably really close to being viable for a long time.
Yeah, they needed one to push it over. You always got to, those big effects like that, you always got to be careful they're not too good. Usually people go under.
Like this card. This is some rescue. Cancel, I'm here to rescue you, plastered armor, out of commission. Alternatives to fighting, sell 2187 or Ewok rescue.
There it is. That's all it does, right?
Yeah, that's it.
What's the destiny value?
6.
So that's the thing is it's conditional, but it's also a 6.
The more specific cards you get, seemingly the higher the destiny value goes.
That's really smart.
Daniel, we probably will eventually play those decks again with the complete objective decks with Death Star and stuff.
It'd be a totally different world.
After we have done the entire series, that way we can see what that looks like. And we'll have a whole collection. I have a lot more cards too. So we may eventually conclude the series with okay, now we're using the whole collection plus everything I own to just build some decks and play some stories out. My hope is that if we stream this enough, I'll be good enough to build the decks that I want to build out of my collection because I have a lot of stuff.
That's a lot to think about going through an entire collection. I'd be like, oh man, there's so much. So here's the question I have for you. If, let's say there's some miracle, and this is not happening. This is not any kind of insider information or anything. But if this game in particular came back, let's say Decipher comes back and says, all right, we're going to redo it. We got the license again. Nobody has a Star Wars card game license right now. We got it. Do you start over? Or do you try to make these cards viable with your future sets?
I think you totally start over.
I think you have to start over.
I think you clean some stuff up. I think you rebalance. I think you do a little bit more modern templating. There's things I think you could I'm not at that point where I could really do it, but I think you could clean up about this. And you learned a lot that first time through.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be awesome though? My gosh. My gosh. They just swooped in. No Star Wars card game active right now. They just swooped in and were like, all right, this one's coming back. I would lose my mind.
I think the world would lose their mind. Agreed. This seems Death Star-y. Yeah, it would be awesome.
Yeah, B-Powers, we need to check out the Wars TCG. I mean...
I have it.
So
We
it's
will.
it's the same system, but could it possibly have the same charm if you're not in Star Wars?
That's the question.
And we need to play the Star Trek one as well. Was that Decipher?
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of those are on my short list for breaks in this series
Cool.
because they seem semi-related.
All right, I'm done organizing. I'm out of here.
All right, see you later. I got caught up in reading.
You fool. Now, what I should really do, actually, I'm going to be a normal person. Hey, we've got, what's your storage thing? We should let people know that we have those now.
Oh, yeah. These went on the website. This is the archive from Ultimate Guard, the sleeves that we use. I'm storing all the Star Wars cards in it, is why I wanted to mention it beyond us actually planning to put it on the site. We've been looking at it. It's really nice. It's a 2-row. I have the 4-row cardboard things, which are fine.
The BCW card boxes.
But this is really the nicest thing I've seen. We've been looking for a long time for some kind of solution. And you can learn more on the website about it or on the Ultimate Guard or wherever that stuff's at.
Just tired of using cardboard, honestly. It's fine. It does the job. We said it on the website. It works. You know, it's not nothing fancy. But it is nice to have something that you can keep your cards in that is not just cardboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very handy. I'm almost there. 1 second.
That's the 800 version. TXAG.
Look at this retract the bridge card.
I think I remember seeing this. So you pay the number of sites on the Death Star to rearrange all of them.
So if you are boarding my Death Star and moving, I can rearrange in a really bad way.
Pretty cool. Yeah, cardboard does not work if it gets wet. I'm sad that you found that out, Daniel. That is a bummer.
Did you read Crate Dragon Bones?
No, I didn't. I just looked at the bones.
Use the Force to deploy. Each opponent's Destiny draw, I do the following. If you flip a 0, I put the top used card in my hand. If you flip a 1, I lose a Force. If you flip a 2, I activate 1 Force. If you flip a 3, this goes away. If you flip a 4, I retrieve the top lost card. If you flip a 5, I deploy a character for free.
Wow.
6 or more, do nothing.
Wow, cool.
That's going to be a 1-of in a deck. I'll take that bet all day long. All right, characters. These are sorted. Now we're down to these. I did the ships already.
Yeah, cool. Glad. It looks like there's some good number. Apparently GameGenic's doing something too with magnets. That has magnets, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Magnets. How do they
How
work?
do they work? Yeah, we get asked that a lot, and we really just don't have good answers typically because we haven't been able to find things that we actually like. That was the first thing, really.
David's sad we're not deck building right now, but looking forward to it next week.
Yeah, it's just a lot. I may end up doing some deck building off screen, and then coming in to really refine it and concepts before we play again next week, which is fun.
Okay, so wait, black border. So this is an original box. Oh, that's why it was so.
The only box that I had with the white borders was that first one.
Cool. Okay.
So you'll also be able to very clearly see what came from that first box for the whole time.
Very nice.
Got a Jawa blaster. So that's where I'm gonna start sorting these into relevant camps.
Yeah, I started doing that. You remember I did that last time?
Mm-hmm.
It's really helpful. But now I'm not doing it. So, whatever that means. I really do want to moisture farm. I'm not going to lie. These vaporizers are calling my name.
Well,
Or vaporators.
You're welcome to it.
It is there for you.
I'm not Jawing, but here we are. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just do a top-down sort. This is not gonna be exciting to watch. So we won't make you. Is this you? No, it's me. What's your plan?
I'm almost done. I'm just going to finish sorting these cards.
All right, I'm going to read these upgrades. Tractor beam. Use 2 to deploy a Star Destroyer that I now have. At the end of a battle, may target a starship present. Use 2 force, draw destiny, capture it. Oh my goodness. You know that's going in.
Can't capture my ships if I don't have any.
Yeah, are you not going to play ships?
I might. Guess we'll find out.
Oh my goodness, this is hilarious. Laser gate. Deploy between any 2 interior mobile sites. So, this blue icon is mobile. All these Death Star sites are interior mobile.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the things that, the doors that shut.
Right, yeah.
To pass, a character must have power plus ability greater than 4.
To pass?
To get to the next location.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So your power plus ability has to be greater than 4. Or you have to use a lift tube. Laser gate's armor equals 3, may be targeted by a character weapon from either site.
So you can blast through it, basically, or punch through it, or you can use the tube.
Yeah.
Like a civilized person.
Northern Lights says, Zach's hyped for the Death Star and Star Destroyers. Meanwhile, Steven's a moisture farming and putting band back together deck.
Yep. That's accurate.
Daniel says, Steven's going to be putting all his aliens on Tatooine, and Zach's going to be building up the Death Star all game to finally blow it up. But Tatooine's at 7. That's going to take me a long time.
I think I'm going to be just fine. That's actually the greatest, and some would argue worst feature of this, is that we might have one turn where we're at the same place, and aside from that, we're just trying to drain each other.
But like, realistically, if you're not coming to my Death Star, I'm going to be playing characters on Tatooine.
Right.
While I'm building the Death Star to distract you. And then I might get the Death Star to you to blow up Tatooine eventually.
Yeah.
But like, I can't just not interact completely.
And that's the problem. That's the question the Imperials always have, right? It's like, well, we can't just sit here and do nothing. We've got to go mess with these rebels or they're going to get stronger. Hear me, baby. Hold together. Here we go. Narrow escape. Good. Now we're getting organized. Here we go. Restricted deployment. Rebel planners. There's the old Bith shuffle.
Ryan Roper saying, sending rebels to the Death Star to slow it down until you can roll all the galaxies. Moisture seems like a good plan. Jason saying, I can see Vader wanting to blow up Tatooine. His mom did die there. Daniel Wick saying, you can destroy all the sand by turning it into more sand.
Yeah, you're going to make diamonds out of Tatooine there.
I mean, I'm a nice guy. You can imagine me wanting to do that.
This universe needs more diamonds.
They're shining bright, like a diamond.
Demotion, not demolition. Okay. I had a lot more different reds in this stack. They must say, was this a bigger set? Was the first box a bigger set?
I don't think so.
Well, there's certainly a lot more different cards.
Does anyone know?
Yeah, it must be.
Bob Law saying yes.
It was a bigger set. Yeah, okay. Ooh, I'm going to be making some Beru stew.
Beru stew?
That's so good. Yes. Yes. Okay. Excellent. I'm done.
Done sorting?
Done sorting.
I'm going to be a while. There's
What's up, Yara? Happy birthday to you, Leonard. Happy stream day. How old? Person was double the size, they said.
Nice. I got to get all my... So now I'm not even going to be playing Tatooine sites, by the way.
Yeah. Leave the hard work to me.
Yeah, if you're going to benefit from it, I'll let you build it.
That seems like a good idea generally. Man, this game is all about red cards. I mean, look at that. The stack is at least twice as high.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I'm almost there. Right.
Well, welcome back to the big screen, everybody. Look like I just got back from Vegas.
That'd be fun.
You guys want a wheel and deal?
Vegas is actually like fine. It's fine. I don't really have a grand interest in being there. There's a lot of places.
Never been there. I'm not going there during a pandemic.
You've been to Reno though, and it's like in the same way that Tulsa is like a city, Reno is like Vegas.
Okay, Reno is about as much Vegas as I'm looking for.
It's the Tulsa of Vegases. You know what I mean?
Very nice. Well, hey, thanks for joining us. We'll be here next week. Probably play at least a couple of games. We might not crack a box next week.
Yeah.
We might have to play a few, and we'll deck build in between to mess with each other. Play again.
I may end up building 2 different decks. There's a Death Star deck, but I'm not sure that's going to be the same deck as any number of things I could do. I'm tempted to build a Tatooine Tusken deck because I can. So we'll see. I may get some either concepts or stacks of cards going together, and then we might build decks next time. And
do a quick swap, too, if you need to go Tatooines or go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, we'll play, and if we have time, we might open it. If not, we'll have to come back at some other point. Everyone was saying, by the way...
We're rolling now, man.
...that they're super excited for us to open the Hoth box. That's the next box.
Is that a big one?
Because that's when it makes sense, right? The first 2 sets were designed apparently together. Mm-hmm. And then Hoth was the first set that came out after was designed after the game had come out.
So this was addressing what they had seen from the actual players on the ground for the first time.
Yeah, they actually were some cards for that.
Yeah,
and it's also a really good. Empire Strikes Back is a great movie, so the setting of Hoth and all the characters that are there is fun.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, everyone. Hey, we'll see you next week, or if not, well, I guess Monday's still next week. Join us on Monday. Play some Marvel Champions. Tuesday, Flesh and Blood. Fall into that if you haven't seen that game. That's a phenomenal game. So movie collectible.
Wednesday, Skytear.
Wednesday, we're doing Skytear. We're going to take a break from Ashes for a week. We'll come back in with Ashes on the week following. I've got a lot of good ideas for that deck that I was thinking about. Yes, the Iron Rhino deck. And then Thursday, same time, same place. We'll be here playing the Star Wars CCG. We don't know why, just because we like it.
Because we want to. Here we are, having a good time. Stay safe. Thank you for being with us, and we'll catch you next time.
Have a good weekend.